Good evening and happy Wednesday. It is time for another episode of Dude Souls, potentially the last and final episode of Dude Souls. We're getting down to the end of the game, and so we'll see. He might beat it tonight, and if he does, that could be the end. But as mentioned last week, there is a potential to continue the stream, but I'll talk about that again later. So I hope you're all doing well on this Wednesday evening. Hope you had a good day as I did. I'll talk about that in a moment here once we get Dude on the call. But yeah, so potentially the last episode of Dude Souls, so let's make it a good one. We'll watch Dude finish off the game, most likely, and see how many times it takes him to beat the final boss and how long it takes him. So I was just reviewing the footage of when I did it back in January. So we'll talk about that a little bit here in just a second when we get on the call. So I see there's a couple people watching already, so welcome. Feel free to chat and say hi. So let's go ahead and join the call and say hi to Dude. Let's see here. Join call. All right. Dude is on the call. Good evening, Dude.
Howdy.
Hey, all right, good. Your audio's coming through. I don't need to fix it like usual. I think whatever it is that you did with your audio when we started reverse, Dude Souls,
yeah.
For some reason, I don't have to go and reselect the audio channel like I do with my intro music every time. So, but all right, let's go ahead and hit watch stream, and then let's switch over to the Dude Souls, Dark Souls. There we go. Got some fancy new transitions. I've been working on some stuff behind the scenes this week. So let's spicing up the channel a little bit. Transitions between scenes. Ooh, looks more professional. So
I forgot I had to reset my microphone stand because I got pissed off at Ninja Gaiden on Monday.
So I don't know what the deal is now, but you're sounding very, like your audio sounds hollow. It sounds very different than it did before.
That's weird.
Yeah, almost like an immediate echo, if that makes sense.
Immediate echo.
Or maybe like you're talking through like a can. Your audio sounds
That's
really weird.
Is it just the microphone, or is it the
It sounds like it's just the microphone because your game audio sounds fine. Is it coming through the right microphone?
Yeah, it should be.
I mean, if it has to stay the way it is.
I mean, I only have one microphone.
Oh, you don't have like a webcam microphone?
Yeah, I don't think this thing has a microphone.
Okay. Because yeah, I've never heard it sound like this before.
That's weird.
So I mean, I can definitely still hear what you're saying. It's just sounds weird. So if you're able to fix it, cool. If not, we'll just have to.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, can hear you, but no change in the audio. It still sounds weird.
That's weird. How are you hearing me? I just turned off my mic from the
I still
OBS.
hear you. Yep, Discord's picking you up. Is it coming through the PlayStation?
No, I don't have a microphone with PS3.
I didn't think so.
Because remember, I'm just having it do it through OBS. So let's see something. That's weird. Let's see now.
I'm assuming you didn't change any audio settings since last week.
You can hear the gameplay, right?
Yep. I can hear... Well, there's not a lot to hear, but yes, I can hear the game. And I can hear you, but your audio just sounds like very hollow. Oh, you just made a change. Say something now.
Hello.
Okay. Well, your audio still sounds weird, but you just changed the audio. I think I was only getting it in one headphone, and now I'm getting it in both. So the game audio sounds better now, but you still sound the same.
I think what's happening is
now
that
I hear an echo for sure. Absolutely an echo.
Okay, give me a moment.
Yeah, these darn audio settings. Paul, we need you. Your audio expertise.
He wouldn't help you with this one.
Oh,
I think I know what's happening.
Now I hear way worse
weird.
echo. Maybe is your Discord picking me up and feeding me back?
Wait a second. I can do this instead.
The game audio now is pretty loud, like louder than not. Like I can still hear you, but like it's like you definitely bring the game audio down to hear you better. audio level went down a little bit. That sounds better on the audio level. Oh.
How about now?
Now it's really quiet. Say something again?
Hello?
Your audio is much better.
Okay.
I can still hear it a little bit, but it's much better than it was.
Got you. Because I can see what happened. For some reason, in my volume control, which shows me everything that's influenced by volume, for some reason, Discord Capture, it now has like 10 different applications right now.
Oh goodness, because I do still.
So
hear
we're trying to
echo
capture it
now.
10 different times.
Okay.
You can hear an echo still?
Yes. You don't sound as hollow as you did before, but I still hear an echo.
Weird, because I silenced everything that was Discord Capture.
That's weird.
Oh wait, never mind. There's 2 more at the bottom.
Oh.
How about now?
Go ahead, keep talking.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, you sound much better. Nearly perfect, if not actually perfect.
Gotcha. So that was just weird how that happened.
Okay, yes, you sound much better.
Who knows? Maybe that was a Discord update and that fixed some things for streaming.
Fixed in air quotes.
Yeah.
But
well,
yes.
it probably fixed in a way that it broke the people's workarounds.
Ah, okay. But yes, your audio is good now. You could probably bring the game audio up a little bit. It's a little quiet, but
hold on.
But your audio is fine now.
How did the clink sound?
I can hear it. You could probably turn it up a little bit, but if you don't want to mess with it, that's fine. We can still hear
I can fix that. That's easy. That part's easy.
Okay, I figured.
Yeah. I just put 5 decibels.
Okay. So.
Sound better now?
Yes. All right. Oh, that's right. We're in the. Oh, I don't know what this area is called, but you're basically in the prison after Seath. So, that's right. So
Seath Tower.
You still have Seath. Oh yeah, because you're doing it in a different order than I did. Because I did Seath before Ceaseless Discharge, Demon Fire Sage, Centipede Demon, Bed of Chaos, Four Kings. You've already done all those.
Yep.
And Priscilla. So after this, it looks like the only thing you have left is Gwendolyn and Gwyn.
And and doing Ash Lake.
And what was that?
And doing Ash Lake.
Oh yeah, there's just no boss down there. Well, that you actually.
Well, there is the Hydra, but you don't have to fight it.
Right. So, but so how was your day today? You have a good Wednesday?
Yeah, I had a good Wednesday. I found out how to rip my original Xbox CDs.
Oh, cool.
So whenever I finally start doing when Retro Achievements finally starts working with that.
Yeah, I was gonna say once Xbox is support on Retro Achievements, you're all set.
So I'm slowly ripping all of the games, and pretty much what I'm using a hacked Xbox to do it.
Okay. So, yeah, I ended up going over my.
Makes it pretty easy.
Yeah, I ended up going over to my mom's today to help her with some technical stuff, and we ended up having lunch, so it was nice. But my mom is, she's in her 70s, so she's not very technological savvy, so you'll get a kick out of this. So what she was trying to do is she was trying to upload a picture to a website for something, and it wasn't letting her. Like, she could see it in the list of, like, her files on her computer, but it wouldn't let her select it. It's like, it's grayed out. It won't let me. I was like, it probably has something to do with the file format. I was like, I'm not going to troubleshoot that with you over the phone. So I was like, I'll come over and I'll take a look at it. And sure enough, that's exactly what it was. She was trying to upload a PNG. Or not a PNG. It was a PDF. And I was like, why the heck is this picture a PDF? And I was like, explain to me how it got here. So this is the funny part. So someone texted it to her, and she needed to get it from her phone to the computer. So what she did was she emailed it to herself from her phone, pulled up the photo on her email on the computer, printed it out on paper, and then scanned it back in.
What the hell? Why is my controller battery low?
And because she scanned it, that's where it converted from like a JPEG or a PNG or whatever into a PDF. And I'm like, okay, well, there's your problem. So I was like, let's go find the original photo. And it was off of Facebook. So we went back and found the original photo. I downloaded the original and saved it as a JPEG, and then we uploaded it. But I was like, the process she went to get that picture on her computer was like baffling me. I'm like, that is ridiculous. I got to tell someone about this. So it was pretty funny. She's like, I don't know these things. I'm like, I know. So you know, you being a tech guy, you get a kick out of that.
And I mean, to be honest, it's stupid easy to actually hack your Xbox nowadays. Like the original Xbox.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of that, because you were talking about it. I don't know if it was on stream or something recently, but you said that so far all you do is software modding. You don't do any hardware modding. Were you able to mod your Xbox with no hardware modifications?
Pretty much, yeah. The only thing I bought was literally a dongle that allows me to plug my plug a USB drive.
Oh, because the original Xbox didn't have USB port.
Yep. So what it does is it plugs into the controller, and the console thinks that it's a memory card.
Oh, so it's an adapter that you plug into the controller memory slot, and you plug the USB into
No,
that?
it's not. No, it actually plugs into the
It plugs into the controller port.
Controller port.
Oh. Yep. Yeah, because I remember when Xbox was new, everyone's like, I remember lots of people talking about like hacking their Xbox, being able to play like all sorts of like ripped games and stuff, and I was very, very tempted to do it, but I never did.
Yeah, because one of the things that's built into the custom OS is literally being able to rip the CD onto the hard drive.
Yeah, because that was built in so that you could download your music onto your Xbox.
And here's the thing, it's an 8 gigabyte hard drive on that.
Yeah, I remember, because that was still when, like, you know, gigabytes like that. Oh my god, that's huge. I don't even comprehend this size. And that the storage unit was still measured in blocks, just like GameCube and PlayStation, even though it was an actual hard drive, right?
Yep.
Yeah, it's like, how many, like, what storage space is, 100 blocks? Like, what does that mean? And I remember all of my friends, like, no matter how much stuff they did with their Xbox, it still said, like, 99% free. It's like, how big is the storage on this thing? But that's because it was, your save data is only, like, kilobytes of space.
Yep.
So 8 gigs will last you forever, unless someone was actually ripping their music. Then that would actually make sense if you actually got low on hard drive space. But I don't think I actually knew anybody who actually did that. This guy right here. Wrong button. This guy, that's the one right there that I have a clip of. We killed each other at the same time, and I had nearly full health. And he killed me in one hit.
Oof.
It was because what I think it was is because the staircase was rotating, and for some reason it caused his attack to get extra damage because of the extra momentum, and it killed me in one hit. But my hit landed too, and I killed him. So I've got that clip on my Xbox profile.
Gotcha. Oh, by the way I'm ripping the games off my Xbox, or with my Xbox, I'm not even using the on operating system way to do it. Because I can just FTP directly to the Xbox,
and that's cool.
it sees the disc.
And so you just rip it direct without it ever going onto your Xbox hard drive. You rip it straight to your computer.
Yep,
that's awesome. So we got a Compa Compatriot over on Twitch. Hello, Compa. I swear I've seen you before. That name sounds very familiar, but I think it's been a while. But hello and welcome to Reverse Dude Souls. So, if this is your first time, Dude here is what I like to call an expert of Dark Souls. So he coached me through my very first playthrough. We finished it back in January. And I was looking through my streams a little bit right before we went live. And I finished it on Dude Souls episode 12. So it took me 12 streams to get through it. And episode 13 was his first one. We're on 17 tonight. So 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So he's on his 5th stream. And he's most likely going to finish it tonight because he's getting pretty close to the end. So up here on the screen, you can see all of my deaths at each boss. And then down at the bottom, you can see his current death count. So he's at 33. And I couldn't fit them all on here, so I had to make him kind of like rotating through. So at 33 deaths, I was barely past like the first or second boss. So that's what we got here. His death count versus my death count. So, but welcome. So, as mentioned last week, and when I first started the stream before I hopped in the call with Dude, this could potentially be the very last episode of Dude Souls. So,
there have been the first one.
Yeah, well, that's why I say potentially. Oh yeah, so when we got close to the end of me beating it, he's like, "Hey, once you're done, we should reverse it, so you watch me play it." So that's what we're doing now to see his godliness compared to my noobness. But I have now gotten all. I did my first playthrough on stream, and then I did my second playthrough off stream, and I finished up getting all the achievements. So I have all the achievements on Dark Souls Remastered. He is playing the PS3 version though because he hasn't played the PS3 version. He wanted to get the trophies for it. So, but yeah. He said, hey, let's flip it around. And yeah, so we're almost at the end. This could potentially, I say potentially, be the very last Dude Soul stream because there are some people who have had a lot of fun watching me suffer through this game because I'm not a big fan of it. So I decided.
Well, it'll be the finale. It should be the finale of Dude Souls 1.
Yes. This will definitely be, well, if he beats it tonight, which I fully expect him to, this will be the finale of Dude Souls 1. That's why I say potentially, because there could potentially be Dude Souls 2, where he coaches me through Dude Souls 2, or Dark Souls 2, then potentially Dark Souls 3. I don't want to do that, because I do not like these games. But I decided last week, for the sake of the fans, if someone gifts me Dark Souls 2 and or 3 on Xbox, we will continue Dude Souls at some point. I don't know when, but if I get it gifted on Xbox, we'll continue Dude Souls eventually. I don't know if it'll even be this year, but I said if it does, we'll continue Dude Souls, because some people have had a lot of fun seeing me suffer through this game. So if that happens, we will continue it at some point. So,
well, this game is more relaxing than the game I'm playing on my stream.
Yeah, so we're going to talk about that here tonight. But yeah, so that's kind of, I'll talk about that more again at the end, because usually more people show up later on. But that's why Dude Souls may continue. It's kind of up to the chat and the fans and the friends and stuff to see if this ever continues. But Comic and Patriot says, "No giant dad, son. I am disappointed."
No giant dad.
I'm not sure what he's referring to. But Drew T is here again tonight over on YouTube saying, "What's up, peeps? Good evening, Drew T. Good to see you again." He was hanging out with me on Metroidvania Monday on Monday while I finished up Super Metroid and started Metroid Fusion. I got it was like the first 20, maybe 30 minutes of the stream until I beat Super Metroid, and then the remaining like 4 hours of the stream was all Metroid Fusion. So I got I'd say probably about halfway through Metroid Fusion. So I probably won't have as long to play next Monday, but if I did, I could probably finish Fusion in 2 streams. My guess is it'll probably be 3 streams, because I won't have as much time next Monday. But that was a lot of fun, because I haven't played
Fusion in 2 streams. There's still plenty of achievements you'd have to do.
Yeah, I'm not going to get the completion because of, just like Zero Mission's got all those stupid, like, 100% under 2-hour achievements. I'm not doing those. But I'm
going to remember that those are built into the game. So.
I know. But
you can't get mad at the achievement hunters or achievement creators. Yeah.
I can, because they chose to make achievements for it. Just because it was in the game doesn't mean there has to be an achievement for it.
Yes, it is.
But yeah, just like Zero Mission, I only have like half the achievements in Zero Mission. But that'll probably be very similar. I won't get the. So what I'm going to do on Fusion is off stream. Once I've beaten it, I'll probably go back through and probably get all the achievements for like beating each boss without taking damage. But I'm not going to do that on stream. But once
I'm pretty sure most of those bosses, once you figure them out, they're not that bad.
Yeah, a couple of them I almost had the first try. And it's great playing Fusion because I literally haven't played it in like 15 years, maybe longer. It was really great to play it again. But yeah, it's been a long time since I played it, and a couple of them I almost beat without getting hit. So it shouldn't be too bad. But when all is said and done, I'll probably have... Let me pull up my spreadsheet here. Metroid Fusion. Okay, so I currently have 14 out of 43. When all is said and done, I'll probably have like 35 or 36 out of 43. So I'll have a good percentage of the achievements done. It's unlike Zero Mission. There's so many stupid hard achievements in that one that I've beaten the game and I've gotten 100%, and I still have less than 50% of the achievements.
I mean, the founder or the guy who created the achievement set for those games, he did finally come back after a long hiatus, and he has actually said that he apologizes for his abrasiveness for some of the achievements
On Zero Mission?
Well, no, just the way he reacted to people getting mad at the.
Oh, the fact that he put the achievements in.
Yeah.
So
I mean, here's the thing, though. You got to remember that me and him got our achievement development started before hardcore was a thing.
Yeah.
That's what.
Have you like talked to, not necessarily like in a live call, but have you chatted with him like behind the scenes and stuff when you were developing achievements?
Yeah, back then we did a lot on the forums.
Okay.
The forums are still there, and all of our talks are still there too. Just they're buried in the history.
Yeah, probably many years ago.
Yep.
So, but yeah, that got started on Fusion, so that's been a lot of fun. And then once I'm done with Fusion, I'll be doing Dread. So, but unfortunately, no achievements for that one.
It is kind of funny that I am the one that actually started the achievements for beating bosses without getting hit.
Oh, which achievement set was that? Donkey Kong?
Link's Awakening.
Okay, because I'm currently very slowly making my way through the original Donkey Kong, and you do have an achievement for beating each boss without taking damage.
What's funny is that for Donkey Kong, it's not really like that bad because you already only had 2 hits.
Yeah, I think I got all. I am currently in. I just got to. Well, I beat the ice area, but I haven't actually gone into the Krematoa or whatever the next area is after the ice world.
And that's the entire reason why I came down here. So time to Homeward Bone.
But I beat the ice world, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go back and get 100% in each world before I continue. So I've been making my way back through the original, like the first 5 or 6 world, and getting all the secrets and stuff. So, but I've been doing that very slowly because it's, my main priority right now is Xbox. But yeah, so all but one of the bosses I fought so far, I've gotten the achievement for beating it without getting hit on the first try. And the other one I think I got on my second try. So yeah, those ones aren't too bad. But yeah, I haven't done Link's Awakening yet. I will be doing that this year because I'm going to be doing Zelda 1, 2, Link's Awakening, and Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask. So, yeah, so back to Dark Souls. I was looking over some of the streams, the previous Dude Souls streams, and yeah, I beat it on stream 12. You started Reverse Dude Souls on stream 13. We're on 17. So this is if you beat it tonight, you'll have done it in 5 streams, and it took me 12. And what's the other thing? Oh, I was looking at, I was skimming through, not watching, the episode 12 when I fought Lord Gwyn, and I got to him, like my first fight with him was at an hour and 3 minutes into that stream, and when I finally beat him was 2 hours and 36 minutes, so I spent an hour and a half at him. Of course, most of it was just running back to him because the fights were so short, and the run back to that fight is so freaking long. But yeah, and it was, let's see here, so I got to him at 262 deaths, and I beat him at 284, so it was 22 deaths on Lord Gwyn. So,
I was hoping that would kill him 1 hit.
You don't have, the amount of deaths that you have in your entire playthrough so far is not that much less than not that much more than how many it took me just to beat the final boss. So, but Comic Patriot said, I said rip it good. Yeah, Dark Souls is definitely a bucket list game. I disagree, but I played it because I ended up with a copy of Dark Souls Remastered because of who I bought. So back in what year did the 1X come out in? Whatever year the 1X came out in, I want to say it was 2018. It came out in like March or April. It came out in the springtime, and I had zero intentions of upgrading to it from just a standard 1X. But like my birthday, July. And my Xbox One died in like the 2nd or 3rd week of June. I was just playing it one day and I heard a pop and it never came back on. So I was like, well, I guess I'm upgrading to the 1X. So it was an early birthday present, both to myself and and from someone at the time. So I went, instead of buying it brand new though, I went on Facebook Marketplace and bought one secondhand because they were basically brand new, and they bought it and barely ever played it, so it was basically brand new. And for $500, which was the MSRP if you were to buy it in the store, I got my 1X. It's right there. You can't see it because it blends in with my the black 1X on top of my black file cabinet. So you barely see it, but it's right there. That's what my Millennium Falcon and my Slave 1 are on, is my 1X right there. But I got it with 2 controllers and like 20 games for $500, so it was a steal. Nice. And one of the games that came with it was Dark Souls Remastered. My buddy IRL, Rozik, who's been on 1 or 2 of my streams, he had played it and he was a fan of it, and so he convinced me to play it. So when I did the dive that I'm currently working on recovering, which I just realized, because I went back, actually, you know what, let me double check, because I actually thought about it in my head, but I didn't actually look. So the dive I'm working on right now, I swear I started it in March of 2019. So, yes, March of 2019, March 17th. So, in a little over a week, I will be working on this dive for 6 years. I'm this close to finishing it. But I started it in that dive back in March of 2019. I got the first achievement, and then I just left it there until we started playing Dude Souls back in like August or whatever. So, because I was like, this is something I really want to have someone kind of coach me through. So the fact that you were able to coach me through it was much more enjoyable than me figuring this out all on my own. Would have taken so much longer.
I have a funny feeling that that Dark Souls 2 and 3 are going to feel more like weekly party chats.
Just because I'm more familiar with the game now.
Yeah,
and it'll be a lot easier. And since from what you tell me, it sounds like it's much more linear, so there's not as like much confusing like items and quests and stuff.
Yep.
So, but anyway, so I had it since 2019, or I actually got it in like 2018. I think is when I got the 1X, and then like a year later is when I did that dive and I included Dark Souls, and I was like, I don't really want to play this on my own, so it just sat on my tag for for nearly 6 years, and now it's complete. But yeah,
it is satisfying, isn't it?
It was satisfying to beat, but it's definitely not something I would want to go through again. But if we do continue Dude Souls in the future, I have a feeling that Dude Souls 2 and 3 won't be as bad.
Definitely, because you understand the mechanics now, so you can make general ideas behind things. Although I will give you the pointer on Dark Souls 2 about which ability to level up first because for that ability, once you get to a certain level, it increases how many iframes your roll has.
Oh, I remember you mentioning that. Yeah. So
it's one thing that people didn't like about that game because of the fact it made it
basically required to upgrade the skill.
Yep.
It's like
you only have to upgrade like 16 or something like that, so it's not a crazy amount.
Is it a skill that you probably wouldn't otherwise upgrade unless you were doing like some sort of weird build?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Pretty much, yeah.
So it's basically like a soft requirement. I mean, you don't have to, but it makes the game a lot easier if you do.
Definitely makes it feel more like the rolling type of game that Dark Souls is more known for.
Okay.
I am glad that these moths do not attack you if you get really
even
close.
On my second playthrough, I never attracted one, so I never had to fight one other than the Moonlight Butterfly actual boss fight. But I did die a few times while going, not across here, but when you try to go get the blue slab. Are you going to try to get that right now, or are you going to do that later?
I am not going for that.
Okay. But yeah, that I died a few times trying to get.
I do hate these guys, though.
So, but Drew T says this game looks, like an old school Elden Ring or something. Yes, because it's from Software, so this is basically the predecessor to Elden Ring. Same company, if you did not know. So yes, you are correct. But much slower pace. Although of the 3 Dark Souls games, this one's probably the closest to Elden Ring because from what I hear from Dude, Dark Souls 2 and 3 are much more linear, where Dark Souls 1 is more open world, which is much more like Elden Ring. I
can live with that.
Yeah, that works. He just jumped off on his own. Obviously, Elden Ring is a much more larger, expansive open world, but Dark Souls 1 is of the 3 Dark Souls games, Dark Souls 1 is the closest one to Elden Ring. in game mechanics, or not mechanics, but the gameplay, I'd say. So
Definitely. Yeah, I got both of them in one shot.
So Drew says why he got no pants on. So not only is dude playing a strength build where basically all his points are in strength and endurance, he's also not wearing any armor either. So he's making it even harder on himself. So that's why and the things that he is wearing basically have 0 armor properties. It's basically all cloth. So
I mean, the cloth actually has some fire resistance, but that's about
right. It doesn't have any armor properties, but it does have some magic resistance. So
Now, if you're trying to upgrade your items that use Twinkling Twilight, these are the guys to farm out.
yes, I got a bunch of them on my second playthrough because I had to go. I think I died to these guys once in my second playthrough, and then I think I died to Seath once or twice. So I had to go through these guys a couple of times on my second playthrough. But Drew T says, I'm on board for Zelda playthroughs. I wasn't planning on streaming those just so I can get through them faster.
I stream them on my channel, though.
But yeah, dude, basically all of his achievement hunting, not all of it, but a lot of it he does on his Rumble channel. So I don't plan to stream the Zelda ones so that I can get through them faster. But we'll see. Maybe I'll do 1 or 2 of them. But when I do, Zelda 1 and 2 I've never played before, so it'll be a first-time playthrough. Link to the Past, it'll only be my second time ever playing it, and I played it 20 plus years ago. Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask, I love those. I've beaten them both many times, but I haven't played it in over a decade. And I'm glad now that I have 3 stacks of Ocarina of Time that I can do. There's the N64 original, there is the GameCube Master Quest, and there is now the GameCube Collector's Edition, which also includes Zelda 1, 2, and Majora's Mask, and the Wind Waker demo. So I'm looking forward to getting through those because it's been way too long since I played Ocarina of Time.
I've actually I have already done the original release for N64 on Retro Achievements.
I had a feeling.
I haven't done the Master Quest because I'm just waiting for it to go on the GameCube.
Oh, it launched this week.
No, you're talking about I'm talking about like the Master Quest version.
Yeah, Master Quest. Because it was the N64 one, it's now the GameCube one.
Even though what the N64 one was just literally the ROM that someone pulled from the GameCube disc.
Yeah, because I was like, I didn't know there was an N64 version of Master Quest.
There was an N64 version of well, that's because it was the disc that came with this bonus disc that came with Wind Waker. It was like a pre-order bonus from GameStop.
Yeah, that's the only reason why I pre-ordered Wind Waker is because I wanted Master Quest. I didn't give a crap about Wind Waker. But yeah, because originally on Retro Achievements, the Master Quest achievements were N64. They now converted them just this week to GameCube. So it is the GameCube version now, as of a couple days ago.
Actually, you know what? I'm going to change this to something else.
So, but Melee K is here. I don't know if she's still here, but hey, what's up, Kay? Good to see you. And she says, 2017 is when she thinks that the One X came out. Let me double check that. Xbox One X.
By the way, if you notice, I put the Curse Bite ring on so I could actually have a bit more curse resistance.
Okay. I could swear it was 2018, but I very well could be wrong about that. So let me see.
Let's see if I can get this tail off.
Oh, Kay was right. It was November of 2017. I could have swore it was like February or March of 2018, but Kay was right. I was wrong, so I'm sorry about that, Kay. You were right. You nailed it. So I got it in July or late June of 2018 is when I got my One X. So Drew T says Link to the Past would be my preference to watch a stream of. I might do that. I might stream Link to the Past because I remember almost nothing about the game because it's so long ago that I played it. But maybe I'll do that. I'll stream Link to the Past because it'll be like a first playthrough because it's been so long since I played it.
Trying to get that tail.
Oh, so I could have sworn I got the tail weapon from Seath on my first playthrough. I did not. I had to go get it from him on the second playthrough.
Yeah.
It was one of the last few weapons I was missing. But I could have swore it popped up on my first playthrough, but apparently it didn't. Or it could have been something weird, like because it glitched where
that was a weird dodge.
Yeah, because remember when I beat him the first time, we both died at the same time?
Yep.
It could have been that I got it, and because of that weird glitch, it took it away from me. It shouldn't have. It should stay in your inventory even if you die. But
I hate his tail.
yeah, it was a pain. That's the reason why I died to him a couple times in my second playthrough, is just because of trying to get his stupid tail.
If you're not going for his tail, he's actually not a bad boss.
No, it was pretty easy. I mean, on my first playthrough, I think I beat him on my first try.
Yeah, it's just that you died.
I died as I killed him.
It's like he knows you're going for his tail.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. That was not. Ooh, that was a close one. Yeah, his tail's a pain. That's it. Other than the kite sail dragon, this one is probably the most annoying.
Which one is that one again?
That's the one that sits on the bridge that you basically just gotta shoot him with arrows.
True. Of course, I didn't even hit him that time.
Drew, good question, Drew. That game I will be playing. I wasn't planning on streaming it, but I will be doing that at some point. Of the Souls-like games, I have a feeling that will probably be my favorite. But he said, anyone here done Sekiro? That game is insane-o hard. So I have it. And when I finish my current dive and I play all the games that I've been backlogging.
And I just died.
Ah, bummer. Sekiro is one of them. So I will be playing that one. I've heard it's very difficult, but because it's more faster paced than most of the other Souls games, I have a feeling I'm going to like it better. So, speaking of fast paced, because, as I've said, I'm not...
Screw Ninja Gaiden.
Exactly where I was going is, because I'm not a huge fan of Dark Souls, and I did not... We had some good streams when Dude coached me through it, but overall, I was not a fan of the game. But one franchise that I absolutely love, and I'm so excited that it's getting a resurgence this year, is the Ninja Gaiden franchise. Ninja Gaiden Black is, I think I ranked it as my third favorite game of all time in my top 10. And so I'm looking forward to playing. That's another game I haven't played in a very long time. So once we're done with Dude Souls, if he beats it tonight, then next Wednesday I'll be starting my playthrough of Ninja Gaiden Black for the first time in a long time. But Dude has just started recently playing Dark Souls for the very first time over on his Rumble channel, and it's kind of a...
You mean Ninja Gaiden?
Oh, sorry. Yes, Ninja Gaiden. He's just started playing Ninja Gaiden on his Rumble channel, and it's funny how it's kind of a flip-flop. He loves Dark Souls, but he is not having a fun time with Ninja Gaiden. And I was not having a good time with Dark Souls, but I love Ninja Gaiden, so it's kind of a fun role reversal. So just watching him play it has made me want to play it again. So I was like, you know what? Before I do anything else, after we're done with this, I'm going to do a quick run-through of Ninja Gaiden Black, starting basically whatever the week after we're done with Dude Souls. Just watching him play it a couple times on his streams. I went and I played through the intro, just like the first level or two, just to kind of whet my appetite for the time being. And it's like, oh, like a palate cleanser from Dark Souls. So once we're done, I'm going to be doing Ninja Gaiden Black again for the first time.
This is a palate cleanser for me.
I know, it's just the opposite for us, which is so funny. So I'm going to be doing a playthrough Ninja Gaiden Black. I don't expect it will take very long. It'll probably be... Well, that's the thing is, what I'm going to do, though, is I'm going straight to hard. I'm going to... Because I've beaten it dozen times before, because I love it
I mean,
so
as
much.
someone who's been into the Spectacle Fighters, it's really weird how that game does not have like a New Game Plus.
Yeah, it does not. It did on the original Xbox release, the one that you have, but is not backwards compatible. That one did have a New Game Plus, but Ninja Gaiden Black, no, it does not. But I'll be starting that, and I'm very much looking forward to it. But I'm going to jump in straight to hard, even though it's been a while, so I'll be probably rusty. I'm going to jump in straight at hard to make it a little bit more difficult for myself. But I'm very much looking forward to doing
the
that.
encounters that they put in the hard mode, and I'm pretty sure those are similar encounters that they put in the later difficulties. They feel like they should be. You should be at your strongest, not at your weakest again.
Yeah, I totally get it. But yeah, so I'll be starting that
This game
soon.
was originally designed with New Game. It's like those difficulties were designed with New Game Plus in mind, like the Devil May Cry series is.
Yeah, you know what? I just thought this literally just now is what I'll do is on my Ninja Gaiden streams I'll continue the death counter, to see how many deaths it takes me to get through it. But I don't expect it to take that long. My guess would probably be like 4 streams is my guess. It basically, it depends on how much time I have, but I'm very much looking forward to starting that as soon as we're done with this. And then once I'm done with Dude Souls or Ninja Gaiden, then I'm gonna do something to. We might mix some things up and do some group co-op gaming going forward. So, but we'll figure that out once we get a little closer to
when
it.
it comes along.
So, because like Carl and Jason and I have been talking about doing Borderlands together, so we might do that, but we'll see. So, but Drew says.
By the way,
oh.
this is on my only after my first playthrough. I think there's only one good boss and one good design boss in Ninja Gaiden.
Oh, which one is that?
Bone Dragon.
The Bone Dragon. Yeah, you beat that one on your first try.
It took me 2 tries on the hard difficulty, but
oh, you already passed
that
it on hard. Yeah, I didn't. I was streaming yesterday, so I didn't get to catch your, or not yesterday, Monday. So I didn't get to catch your stream. So I'm not sure how far you made it on your.
Don't worry, I only got stuck on 2 bosses for the entire night.
Okay. So what was the last thing you did on Monday night stream?
I'm still stuck on the second Rachel level because her only boss is goddamn ridiculous.
And those sections were not in the original game, so I've not played those sections. So I won't, because I'm going to be doing Ninja Gaiden Black. I won't play those until because for anyone who doesn't know, Dude's been playing Ninja Gaiden Sigma, so which has
because it's the only one that has achievements.
That's the Ninja Gaiden and Ninja Gaiden Black were original Xbox, so they don't have achievements. The first one of the first Ninja Gaiden game that had achievements was Ninja Gaiden Sigma, so he's doing the Sigma version. So I've not played those Rachel sections before. I will be playing the Sigma versions eventually. I just don't know when I will be getting to that.
Rachel wasn't too bad in the first normal playthrough because I think she is better that normal playthrough. Her moveset was better designed for the weapons that or for the enemies that you were fighting. But in this second playthrough, they put enemies that she should not be fighting.
Oh, okay. But so I will be doing Sigma versions eventually, but I probably won't be streaming them. But yeah, I'll be doing Ninja Gaiden. Yeah, there we go. Moonlight Greatsword.
I can actually fight him.
But yeah, I don't have those Rachel sections, so I'm not familiar with the boss. So
it's more just because of the way she fights. It's just countering. It's just like I'd rather be fighting as
Ryu.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's got a lot.
He has more mobility.
Yeah, and has more weapons to choose from.
She only
Rachel
has the
only has
weapon.
the hammer, the war hammer, which is more like a giant axe.
Yep.
So, but yeah. So Drew T says.
Although after playing Ninja Gaiden, I almost want to go back to Warriors Version 3 just to see how well they did Rachel and Ryu.
Oh, okay. I know I've been seeing you here and there. I've been seeing you get a couple Dynasty Warrior achievements every once in a while since I've been looking at retro achievements a bunch lately because of Super Metroid and Metroid Fusion. So like every couple days,
it's just gonna take
a few more Dynasty Warrior achievements.
Because of that game's chaos mode is really ridiculous.
Oh, I watched a video yesterday, the day before. It was like a top, it was like a list video of 10 video games that do something. I don't remember what it was. But they talked about DMC was one of the newer ones. I don't remember if it was 3 or 4 or 5. Hey, there we go. Beat Seath. Nice. And they said something about the hardest difficulty being heaven or hell mode. I'm like, wait a minute. I don't think that's correct. I think the hardest difficulty was hell or hell. Because they said something about where you and all the enemies die in one hit. And I was like, dude told me there's a difficulty where you still die in one hit, but all the enemies don't. Which I'm pretty sure that's hell or hell, right?
I think that was... I can't remember if that was added in 4 the reboot or 5. I know it was added in one of those.
Okay, but yeah, I was like, I think they got their information wrong. So I was like, I know, dude will know what I'm talking about.
I think it might have been added in 4, but the achievements for 4 only required you to.
They didn't require hell or hell, only hell or heaven or hell.
Yeah.
So you beat Seath at 34. Wait. Yes, I did increment.
I only died once tonight.
Yeah, I was thinking about. I was like, wait a minute. Did it start at 34?
I was going for that sword.
Yeah, I was like, wait. I had to think about it for a second. I was like, no, the stream started at 33 and you're at 34 now. So yeah, I did increment it when you died going for the tail sword. So yeah, 1 death. So
by the way, the sword you get from Seath is actually the one of the weapons that they have reoccurring in almost every From Software game.
Okay.
Even the Armor Core series.
That makes sense, because I was going to say that Moonlight Greatsword, I think I've seen that name in other places as well. But you're at 34, and I was at 210 when I beat Seath. But you did it in a different order, so if you had, then I totally would have had you on the death count. I kid.
So I'm gonna go to the Ash Lake this time.
Okay.
Oh, and by the way, if you notice, I messed up the Onion Knight's quest line.
Yeah.
Because of that, I didn't see his daughter in the courtyard.
Yeah, I think you mentioned that last week. Okay. So Drew T is saying you won't with a sweating, smiling emoji. And I was like, what is he referring to? But he says, you'll probably rage quit Sekiro 2, as in, he said the number 2, but I think he means like Sekiro also, because there is no Sekiro 2, at least not yet. Because I said, I think I'll like it more than Dark Souls. He's like, you won't. You'll rage quit. No, I will.
I would actually suggest staying with the original.
Because you've beaten Sekiro, right?
Yes, I have done
I thought
Sekiro.
so.
Although, to be honest, don't do what I did and do the save scum to get all 4 endings. I would just suggest getting the hardest ending on the easiest difficulty on the first playthrough, and just keep getting each of the next difficulties afterward in each next playthrough, because of there is an achievement for maxing out your skill tree. And let's just say because I did the save scumming, I had to do a lot of grinding to get the last.
Okay.
So at that point, you might as well just play the game.
So that's your like number 1 tip is don't save scum for the endings. Just do them all separately, because you have to basically level up all your skills anyways.
Yep.
Okay. I will keep that in mind. So.
And it's because it actually makes the playthrough more fun that way.
Yeah, so you don't feel like I'm going through 3 playthroughs for 1 achievement. It's like I'm doing 3 playthroughs and I get, at least 1 achievement per playthrough.
Yep.
Okay. Good to know. So Drew T says, love Ninja Gaiden, also linked to that somewhere. Are you talking about link to
Dude? What's funny about these Ninja Gaiden playthroughs? Or streams? It makes me want to go back to this game.
What was that?
All these streams with Ninja Gaiden Sigma, it makes me want to go back to playing the original NES game, because I actually had that as a kid.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I never played the NES Ninja Gaidens, but playing
Ninja Gaiden Sigma makes me want to play the NES one. It's the typical NES card.
Yeah.
From back in the day.
So.
Because it had the Castlevania idea where if you get hit, you get pushed back a little bit.
Yeah, that was pretty common back then, where you usually flash invincible for a second or two, and it knocks you backwards. But you can often fall to your death because of it. But Drew, he says link to that somewhere. What exactly is it you're wanting to link to? Are you wanting to link to Dude's Ninja Gaiden streams? Because on every Ninja Gaiden, or not, every Dude Soul stream, I've got the link to his Rumble channel in the stream description if you want to go check out his Rumble channel. Assuming that's what you're referring to, the link to his Rumble channel is in the stream description. So that's the easiest way to get to his Rumble channel if you want to go check out his Ninja Gaiden streams. Or any of his other streams that he does his insane achievement hunting on. All of his DMC playthroughs, where he did all...
Dark Souls also there.
Yeah, Dark Souls.
Although they're not in the live, because it wasn't until Majora's Mask that I actually was able to start live streaming on.
You basically recorded them and then upload them before?
No, I was still live streaming, but I was live streaming only on Odyssey.
Oh, okay.
So I would just live stream on Odyssey, and then I would and I'll just post the VODs on everywhere else.
Gotcha.
I even posted the VODs on YouTube, but ever since I started live streaming on Humble, I kind of just forgot to do that now.
Okay.
Because at this point, every platform I'm actually paying attention to actually already has the archive footage.
Okay. But yeah, he achievement hunted 100% of. I know at least the more recent DMCs. I don't know about like 1 and 2, but he got 100% of the achievements. Those achievements.
Oh,
are
I did
hard.
I did every game that's on Xbox.
Okay, yeah. So
and that is I did the HD trilogy, which was 1, 2, and 3.
Oh, that's one of the games that I got with my One X. I just have never played it.
Okay, so now let's see how do I get down there?
So yeah, if you want to go see him and his insane achievement skills, that's on his Rumble channel where he gets the achievements for.
That's the ring I was talking about.
Oh, very nice. Because yeah, like he's
even more stamina regen.
Oh, I would have loved to have gotten that ring. But yeah, he's in a, he takes my achievement hunting and he doesn't bump it up to 11. He bumps it up to 12.
Well, it's more I like to do the completions, and I don't go just for the easy games.
Yeah, I've got a lot of difficult to achieve 100% as well, but as of lately, I've been doing more so of like getting most of the achievements. If there's like an achievement for beating on the hardest difficulty, and I've got all the other achievements, like I'll come back to it some eventually down the line. So I've been a little bit less on the completionist lately because I'm trying to. It's like, let's see, do I spend an entire another playthrough on this game, doing another 20 hours for this one achievement, or could I be using that time to play other games where I get in that same amount of time, I'm getting like 30 or 40 achievements.
Usually that second playthrough is a lot faster, though.
True.
Because you know what you're doing.
But because I'm trying to recover my dive, that's why more achievements in a less amount of time. But only in games I've started, without starting new games, because that'll just make my completion percent drop more. That's why that's been my focus lately. So, but after I recover that, then I'll probably go back and finish up a lot of these games where I've left a couple achievements dangling. But dude's doing all his, he's done 100% on stream for some of these stupid hard games like DMC. So you can go check that out on his Rumble.
You know what's funny? 1, 2, and 3 were not that bad.
DMC?
Because most of those achievements were just beating all the difficulties. It wasn't even like actually like getting S ranks.
Oh, okay.
Luckily. Although there was 1 in 3 that you had to get S ranks on all the levels, but you only had to do it on one difficulty.
Oh, so you could just do it on the easiest.
You could do it on the easiest difficulty.
Yeah, they didn't have get S ranks on each difficulty.
Like 4 and 5 have.
Yeah.
Actually, even on the reboot had. But reboot is actually the easiest one to get the S ranks on. Just the way that game works.
So okay, yeah, he says cool. I'll try to check out the Rumble stream. So yeah, that's what he's referring to. Link, dude's Rumble channel. So, link is in the stream description. So,
now there's another item I can pick up by dropping it down.
So, Kay says, for me, I prefer Ninja Gaiden over Dark Souls. Thank you, Kay. We agree on something else. I think we might have more stuff we agree on now than we disagree on. But I've never given this game a fair shake. Not my thing. I completely understand.
My biggest problem with Ninja Gaiden is that so many enemies have that grab when the game conditions you to be blocking.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And those grabs do not have nearly enough
telepathy.
They're about to grab you.
Yeah. And they don't really telepath the attacks.
Yeah, and again, the ones that don't telepath are usually the weaker enemies that you end up fighting like a bunch of.
Yeah.
So that's kind of annoying. And then also there's a couple of enemies that do telegraph it, but whenever you're playing as Rachel, her roll is so horrendous that you can't even roll away from the grab because her roll is so short and doesn't go enough distance that you don't get out of the range. And even if you do it at the perfect timing, it still won't get you away from it because it's out for too long.
Okay, because I was gonna ask you because I've never played as Rachel, so I don't know what I know Ryu's the iframes in his roll. I've got that down pretty well, so I can time it so I could dodge things that would otherwise grab you or hit you or whatever. But I have no idea on the timing on Rachel's, assuming that she has iframes in her roll. I have no idea how they are, so. Until I play it myself, I'll have to take your word for it.
But yeah, on Monday night stream, I got stuck on the first doppelganger fight.
Oh, those, yeah, the doppelgangers. Because I was in your chat, and I was because you were in the library, and is the first time you fight one of those guys, and I was like, I was like, hey, have you fought him already? And he's like, no, it doesn't show up till hard. I was like, I didn't think that those showed up on hard, but those are some of my favorite enemies. I love fighting your doppelganger.
I mean, to be honest, it was getting annoying because I was on it for a really long time. And then, of course, the boss fight that I got stuck on Rachel, it maybe just rage quit. Because it's like at 10:50 or 9:50, I was like, okay, after this boss fight, I'll go ahead and get to the next save point, and then I'll get off for a night so I can go eat dinner. 10:30 rolls around, and I have to say, fuck it.
I don't know
my frustration with that.
Yeah. But I don't know how the mission mode works in the Sigma version versus like Ninja Gaiden Black, but on Ninja Gaiden Black, down towards, because you start out with 10 missions, there's 2 sets of 5, and every 5 missions you unlock the next tier. Like the second or third to last tier of missions, each one of them is versus your doppelganger, and so there's 5 of them, and each one you're fighting him with a different weapon. So you fight him where he has the Lunar, you fight him where he's got the Dobolaro, you fight him where he's got the Vigorian Flails. What are the other 2? There's not one with the nunchucks, so the nunchucks are stupid and pointless, especially once you got the Vigorian Flails.
Yeah. Thing is, though, when it comes to Ninja Gaiden, I think the one thing
I think one of them's got the ninja.
I think one of the biggest changes I would make to the gameplay is adding in Devil May Cry's iframes on jump.
Iframes, that would be nice. But yeah, your iframes are only during your roll, not when you're in the air. You're completely vulnerable when you're in the air.
I mean, to be honest, in Devil May Cry, it's only when you're going up. So once you're going down, it doesn't. There's no. Okay.
So, yeah. Drew says DMC also a stream I'll like and share. Yeah, it shouldn't be difficult to find it on his channel. Kay says, dude does awesome stuff. Yes, he does. Same with Neo. Oh, thank you, Kay. Definitely worth watching their playthroughs. And also their podcast together is great about achievements. Oh, thank you for mentioning that, Kay. Because normally what we do is we do achievement chasers on the first Thursday of each month, typically. Next month, though, we're bumping it back a week. So the next episode of Achievement Chasers will be on the... Oh, not... The first Thursday of the month would be tomorrow, so tomorrow would normally be our Achievement Chasers Day. We push it back, so it's this month's Achievement Chasers will be next Thursday, the 13th.
Yep, and you can thank the Melee speaker for that.
Yeah, dude's like, I really want to be there for the Tier 2 stream, and it's tomorrow. I was like, no worries, we'll push it back a week. So Achievement Chasers will be next Thursday. But yeah, so once a month, Dude and I, we just talk about all the achievements we hunted over the course of the last month. So we'll be talking about our February achievement hunting next Thursday on the 13th. So thank you for reminding me about that, Kay. It feels like forever since we've done Achievement Chasers. But, you know, we do it once a month. So, but yeah, Dude is a much more hardcore achievement hunter than I am. He's got, and I always got to mention it, he's got 100% completion in Gears 1, Gears 2, Gears 3, and Master Chief Collection. Those are 4 completions I will never have. Although I might eventually get Gears 2, but I will never get Gears 1 or 3, that's for sure. Or Master Chief Collection. Yeah. Nice. Basically without even trying.
I got hit. I don't think I got hit. Well, I got hit through the shield, but
yeah, chip damage, but you never took an actual hit.
I'm pretty sure that's part of the challenge. I don't know if that's part of the challenge for the no-hit challenge.
You can still take chip damage, you just can't take like an actual hit.
I'm pretty sure you can take poison damage from like the
swamp and stuff.
Yeah.
But it's like you take effect damage, just not like an actual direct melee damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, doing it without taking effect damage would be literally impossible because of the swamp.
But that's part of the reason why I like Dark Souls a lot more, way more than Ninja Gaiden. because it feels better designed when if you know what you're doing, you can not get hit.
I understand that.
It does not feel like you could do that with Ninja Gaiden.
It's technically possible, but physically impossible.
I don't even know if there's even a task that's done it.
It would be basically impossible because of how fast-paced that game is. With beating it without taking damage, that would be insane. Even on the easiest difficulty, that would be nuts.
I mean, to be honest, I've already played through a fast game that you were required to beat it without getting hit, pretty much, and that was Devil May Cry.
Yeah.
So it is possible to design a. Yeah, I hate this section because of those camera angles. As you can tell, it's worse in the original than it was in the remake. They did fix it up a little bit in the remake. Because so I was having way more trouble with those camera angles.
Oh, gotcha. That's weird. The remakes did worse on the camera angles than the original?
No, it fixed it a little bit.
Oh, it fixed it. Okay, other way around.
Yeah.
Aww.
Come on. That's not.
I'm sorry to hear that, Drew. I lost.
What happened?
He says, I got an achievement this week. Attend 10 memorial services for your or your spouse's grandparent. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Damn.
Man. Yeah, I lost my dad's dad when I was a kid. I was like 7 or 8. And for the most of my life, he was on the other side of the country. Because I'm in California. He lived in Florida, so I didn't really have much of a relationship with him. But my dad's mom, I was very close with, and I lost her in 2013. And then I lost both of my mom's parents. They died almost on the same day, 2 years apart, February of 2022 and last February 2024.
Yeah, with my grandparent, I think both sets of my grandparents have been gone for over a decade now, sadly.
But I'm sorry.
I did spend a lot of time with them. I just hope they were surrounded by family and you were able to spend the time you wanted with them.
Yeah. But yeah, I was pretty close with my mom's parents as well. Out of my 4 grandparents, my dad's dad was the only one I wasn't like actually close with. So I'm sorry, man. Hope this can help lift your spirits. But second wife's grandma passed recently. All right.
What's crazy is that the grandparent that I was least familiar with, the only reason why I remember which day she died on was because of how big of a day it was for American.
Oh, was it
It was literally 9/11.
I was just gonna guess. I was like, was it 9/11?
I mean, we were.
She didn't die in 9/11. She just died on 9/11, right?
Yep. It just happened to be that day that she passed away. But throughout the entire time that I knew her, she was always kind of sickly.
Yeah, it was amazing that my dad's mom was around as long as she was because
time to take his tail.
She had cancer she had leukemia, which is like blood cancer, and she had it for decades, and it was basically just in remission the whole time. So we were very fortunate to
I
have
didn't need
her.
to join the covenant.
A trophy. But yeah, we were so lucky to have her as long as we did because she had leukemia for decades, and it was just basically dormant. So we were very fortunate.
So I'm not done with this section.
But yeah, speaking of achievements, we didn't do party chat last night because Bliss was going to be the guest, but he's in the Midwest and they're having some crazy weather, so his power went out, so we didn't do party chat last night.
I kept looking to see where the stream was, and I didn't see it.
Yeah, I put out a post on my Discord and I know you don't do Twitter, but I put it on my Discord saying that no party chat tonight because his power was out. Carl's on vacation.
I was watching someone else play BioShock for the first time. So
okay.
I wasn't really paying attention to Discord at the time.
But Carl,
I just hope he wasn't getting mad at me for giving him advice every now and then.
But yeah, Carl was on vacation, and Bliss, who was going to be the guest, his power went out. So it would have just been Ryan and I. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna cancel it. So Blitz's party chat will be on the next episode, which will be 2 weeks. So it'll be on the 18th. But because of that, we didn't get a chance to talk about what we're playing. So what I'm currently playing, and I just beat the story. Well, I beat the story a couple days ago, and then I went back and got. I've been working on getting the 100% of the items, and I finished that up last night. And that is Castlevania Lords of Shadow 2, which I've never heard it talked about as, but it definitely could be considered a Metroidvania. But I finished up I don't have 100% of the base game achievements because I have to go through it again and do everything all over again on the hardest difficulty. I was like, I'm not doing that right now for like 2 achievements. So in the base game, I think I have. There's only. I think it was like. You know what? Let me just go ahead and pull it up since. Take a look at my spreadsheet here. Lords of Shadow. Oh, I'm on the wrong tab. There are the full game has 56 achievements. I want to say that the base game has 46 because I think there's 10 achievements in the DLC. So out of the 46 base game achievements, I think I got like 43. And those last 3 achievements are basically doing 100% of the game again on the hardest difficulty. It's like, I'll come back and do that again later since, like I said, I'm trying to work on getting as many achievements as possible in the shortest period of time so I can recover this dive. So it's like doing another playthrough on the hardest difficulty for 3 achievements is not worth it right now. But I did go back through and got all the achievements, and there's an achievement for basically each type of collectible getting 100%. But I started the DLC last night, and so I've been just started playing through the DLC. It's a pretty short DLC. I've only played it for like an hour and a half, and I think I'm already probably about halfway through it. But once I beat the DLC, I'll have there's 10 achievements. I'll have 9 of them because there's another achievement for beating on the hardest difficulty. And that's the thing is, in order to get the hardest difficulty, you have to beat the game or the DLC once. So you can't just play on the hardest difficulty from the get-go. You got to beat it once, then do it all over again on the hardest difficulty. So I'll beat the DLC, and then the only DLC achievement I'll be missing is the hardest difficulty on the DLC. But since it's a short DLC, I may just burn through it on the hardest difficulty and get the 100% on the DLC. We'll see. But that's what I've been playing lately, outside of Metroid, Super Metroid, and Metroid Fusion.
Very well. We shall exit here and follow.
So, all right. So you're about to fight Gwendolyn, and it took me 3. I had 3 deaths on Gwendolyn. So I was at 259 after beating Priscilla, and I was 262 after beating Gwendolyn. So, and you're still at 34. So that is what I've been playing. Once I finish everything that I'm working on Lord of Shadow 2 right now, I will be continuing Dishonored. So as I talked about on Achievement Chasers last month, I was working on Dishonored. So I've beaten the 2 story DLCs 100%, with the exception of 1 achievement, but I'll talk about that on Achievement Chasers. I skipped the trial mode DLC. I'll come back to that eventually. But once I'm done with Lord of Shadow 2, I'm going straight into Dishonored 2. He was already gone. How did that do damage? That was fortunate.
Sometimes his hitbox lingers a little bit.
And then once I do Dishonored 2, I'll be going right into Dishonored Death of the Outsider. That's the plan. I'll be talking about this more in depth on next week's Achievement Chasers. I got way less done in February than I wanted to because there were 4 games that I had to panic play, so that put me way behind what I was anticipating because there was 2 games in the first half of the month that left Game Pass that I wanted to play. There was 2 more games in the second half of the month that I wanted to play. So that, I got a lot done, but my overall achievement recovery had a lot less progress than I had hoped for the month of February. But I'll talk about that more in depth on Achievement Chasers next week. So, the first half of March, there was only 1 game that I wanted to play that's leaving, but I was like, you know what, it's too long of a game. I'll put it on my wish list, and if it goes on a deep enough sale, I'll buy it eventually, but I'm not going to play it before it leaves Game Pass, so I can continue focusing on my achievement recovery. So that game is Evil West. I was going to play it.
Got it.
Nice, first try.
Swathed in dark.
But yeah, so I took that off my panic playlist so I can focus on recovering my dive, so... And another trophy. So, Snapple Rai is here saying, how's it going, everyone? Good evening, Snap. Good to see you, as always.
Was able to get the ring on before the soul showed up.
Oh, nice. So you get bonus souls for that? That's awesome. So, oh yeah, Snapple, since you just showed up, I've mentioned this a couple times throughout the stream, but he says, am I going to witness the end of Dark Souls soon? Dude has now only the final boss of the game left, so he will very likely finish Dark Souls tonight. And this could potentially be the very end of Dude Souls. But, I mentioned this on last week's Dude Souls stream, that I decided this, right? I think I decided this like last Tuesday, like the day before we went live on Dude Souls last week. Because some people have had a lot of fun watching me suffer, I decided that if someone gifts me Dark Souls 2 or 3 on Xbox, then at some point, not necessarily this year, but at some point, we will continue Dude Souls. Dude says if you wanted to continue Dark Souls 2 or 3, he's like, we'll go ahead and continue Dude Souls where I coach you through it. So, I don't want to, but I know some of you guys have had a lot of fun watching me suffer through this, Paul especially. So, if I get gifted Dark Souls 2 and or 3...
You're sprinkling music to his ears.
Yeah. But I think we got to be in the right order, because I'm not going to play Dark Souls 3 before I play Dark Souls 2. But if someone gifts me Dark Souls 2 on Xbox, then at some point, I'm not going to say when, because it might not even be this year, but at some point, we will continue Dude Souls. So that's the stipulation. So if that happens, we will continue Dude Souls. If it does not, then this could potentially be the last one. But it doesn't have to be anytime soon. You could wait, if you wanted to, you could wait till it goes on sale. It was just on sale recently. Both Dark Souls 2 and 3 were on sale 50% off, but they were still $20 and $30 respectively, so $50 for the two of them. I know they're big name games, but how frugal and I am, $50 usually will get me like 6 or 7 games, not 2, so I did not pick them up. But if you want to see it continue, you can wait till it goes on sale and then gift it to me, and then I will make an announcement. At some point, we'll be continuing Dude Souls. So that's the stipulation. So, Kay says, oh yeah, Neo, I'm not going crazy, right? Isn't Mass Effect 3 anniversary tomorrow, not today? Yes! You are correct. I'm sure you saying that because you saw my tweet. So, the Video Game Awards put out a tweet today saying happy birthday to Mass Effect 3. Today is March 5th. Mass Effect 3 came out on March 6th, so they got their day wrong. Shame on them. So I corrected them. I quote tweeted them saying, hey, Mass Effect 3's birthday is tomorrow, not today. So, yes, Kay, you are not crazy. We are correct, and the Video Game Awards is wrong. They couldn't even get the date right. So, tomorrow, February, March 6th, is the 13th birthday or 13th anniversary of the release of my favorite game of all time, Ninja Gaiden, Mass Effect 3. And I completely spaced on it until I saw that tweet today. I was like, oh, obviously, tomorrow's Mass Effect 3's birthday. I've got to stream some Mass Effect 3. So tomorrow, I will be doing some Mass Effect 3 multiplayer. I'm going to do it from about 11 to 2, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Pacific time. So if anyone wants to join me tomorrow...
Are you off work tomorrow?
I'm currently unemployed, so...
Oh. I did not know that.
Yeah, I'm unemployed as of the first of the year, so I can do that.
I mean, that is longer than you originally anticipated. Didn't you think they were going to get let go like the year before?
Yeah, so I'll talk about that in just a second. But yeah, so because I'm really busy tomorrow, because I've got a meeting I actually normally have a meeting in the middle of the afternoon. I was like, hey, can we push this up in the morning so I can have like the late morning, early afternoon free? They're like, yeah, sure, that's fine. So I have a personal meeting tomorrow in the morning, and then and I did that so I could do a Mass Effect stream because I wouldn't be able to do it until like 10 o'clock tomorrow night. And I was like, that's a little late. So I'm gonna be doing a Mass Effect 3 stream early tomorrow. So if anyone wants to join me, you're definitely welcome to. I put a post in my Discord about it. So I'll be doing my Mass Effect stream from 11 to 2-ish Pacific time. And then I'm doing tomorrow night's open mic. I'm doing it really early. It's going to be at 2:30 Pacific. My guess is going to be lowest expectations, and because the later time didn't really work for him. So I was like, hey, do it much earlier in the day if that works for you. He's like, yeah, certainly. So we're going to be doing that at 2:30 in the Pacific time. So much earlier than usual open mic. And then tomorrow night, you'll be, on the tier 2 stream. But I'm going to be on Suns and Shadows channel tomorrow night, and we're talking Stargate. So after we're done with this tonight, I have a couple episodes of Stargate to refresh on. So I got a busy day of streaming tomorrow. But yeah, I was like, oh, it's the anniversary of Mass Effect, so I've got to at least do a stream some point in the day. So, but as for the, let's see here. So Snap says, I'm doing good. Just got back from the gym. Sweet. Gonna eat dinner
I'm
and
currently
hang
just
out.
doing some cleanup that you normally do just on your first playthrough to get some things.
Okay.
Like killing the blacksmiths for their weapons.
Yeah, and are you gonna kill the good spider lady?
Yep, for that Firekeeper soul.
Yeah, I remember doing that on the end of my first stream. I felt so dirty. But Snap says, gonna eat dinner and hang out here. Well, welcome. Always good to have you hanging out here. Then I'll continue my Tomb Raider playthrough. That's right. I saw you playing Tomb Raider a lot lately. So, Drew T says, like and share the stream. Well, thank you, Drew. I appreciate it. And Kay says, I think there's a bunch of sites reporting it wrong. Yeah, you would think that they would at least check their sources on posting something, but nope. They're not, they're fake fans, not real gamers. What do you expect? As soon as I saw that, because I hadn't thought about it, but I was like, wait a minute, today's the 5th. I could have swore it came out on the 6th. Went and checked it. It's a quick 5-second Google search to see, oh, look, it came out on the 6th. And I was like, I knew it off the top of my head. I was like about 95% sure, but I was like, you know what, let me just double check before I post something about it. And sure enough, I was right and they were wrong. But yeah, you would think that Video Game Awards would get their video game knowledge correct. But no. I think there's a bunch of sites reporting it wrong because the source Side Scrollers uses also was saying that for us this morning that it's today. Oh, I didn't watch Side Scrollers today, so I had a feeling that they were probably going to say that. Yeah, it's funny if one person gets it wrong and then everyone reports on that saying it's fact. But then some say tomorrow. No, it was the 6th. And I can go ahead and, because I went to that midnight release, and yeah, I went to the midnight release for Mass Effect 3. I brought it home and started up immediately. My first achievement in Mass Effect 3 was March 6th, 2012 at 1:30 a.m. Pacific time. So it was released on the 6th. I have achievement proof of it. So yeah, sorry to hear about your job, man. I hope you can get an opportunity soon. You're a smart guy and super hardworking. Any business would be lucky to have you. Well, thank you, Kay. So yeah, you remember it from last year. So what it was I was about to get let go from my job at the end of 2023, and then like last minute, I got connected with someone who was like super high up in the company that acquired us, and they're like, wait a minute, he's got all this knowledge and experience stuff, and we're letting him go. So they found a role for me. I knew it going into it. It was like a year-long project. I was hoping at the end of it there would be another job opening that would have opened up that would be perfect for me. That didn't happen. So I knew at the end of the year it was a year-long project position. So I knew like at the end of the year I would have to find something else, but nothing else came up. So, but yes,
Gotcha.
you were right about that. So I was basically in the exact same place I was a year ago. I was hoping that someone would come up, but nothing came up. So I'm currently unemployed at the moment, but I'm doing all right. I've got enough saved up for a little while, so I'm not sweating it.
Yes.
Gotcha. At least with my company, there's always something new to work on.
And I've just from the connections I made from doing this, I've reached out to a couple people who work in a similar field. I'm like, hey, does your company happen to be hiring any remote positions? But haven't made any progress on that front. So, Snap says, kind of heard about it as well, but you have my condolences as well. Praying for your next gig soon. Well, thank you. If you don't mind me asking, what position is it? So, I work in IT. Someone I asked about recently, or No, it was someone was asking me because we were talking about it. They messaged me on Discord. They're like, "Hey, what kind of IT?" Because they worked in IT as well. I was like, "I've done all sorts of stuff. Like desktop support, software support, server management, networking. I've done like everything. So a wide range of IT knowledge. But this position that I was in just this last year, because what happened was." So I worked for a company. I left. I worked a number of other jobs, and then I went back to that company. But like a couple months after I went back to that company, the previous company that I'd worked at just before that acquired the company I went back to. And so, which they just made some management changes and like how things, they didn't really make much changes like with hardware or anything, just like, who's in charge of who and like, policy and procedure type of stuff for about 3 years. Cause that was in like July of 2021 was when I went back to him. And then November of 2021, the job I just came from acquired the job that I had returned to. But it wasn't until October of 2023 that they actually started making changes. And what they did was, because I was the IT guy for the company, they replaced all of the company's hardware with their own hardware, and I didn't have any control of anything at all. So my job was basically rendered pointless because people would call me like, "Hey, I need help with this." And I was like, "I can't help you because I don't have access to any of this stuff anymore." So that's why they were nice enough to be like, "Hey," that was at late October, so early November. They're like, "Hey, you have until the end of the year, and then we got to let you go." And that's why I had that like time frame. But then like 2 weeks before the end of the year is when that guy who was really high up found a position for me. And that process that we went through of converting all of our hardware to their hardware, that's what I was doing this last year, 2024, is because they had acquired a lot of other companies. And so I basically, what our office went through, we kind of refined the process, and I did that for all the other companies that they acquired throughout the year of implementing, their hardware, replacing the hardware that was already on site and stuff. So that's what I was doing last year, and that's why I was able to work from home and stuff, because these sites were all over the U.S. That's why I had to go to Texas a few times in May, is because a couple of the sites were in Texas. So, but yeah, so honestly, right now, I haven't been doing a whole lot of job searching because I really don't want to go back to a job. Because, obviously, like, who really wants to work? But I'll do it if I have to. But I think right now, like, I'm kind of at a crossroads because I'm an idea guy. I've got all sorts of ideas. I've mentioned this a few times, but I've got a notebook. Not like a physical notebook, but like I have a digital notebook. I keep it so I can pull it off my phone or my iPad or on my computer or whatever. I use OneNote. And so anytime I have an idea for anything, whether it's like a plot for a movie, a plot for a video game, an idea for an invention, an idea for an app, an idea for some software program, I write it down. So I've got like a crap load of like ideas for all sorts of different stuff. And I think if I don't like do something entrepreneurial right now, I don't think I ever will. So that's why I'm like, I don't really want to go back to a job because I want to start doing something on my own, entrepreneurial, start a business, something. So that's the main reason why I don't want to get a job, is because if I don't do it now, I don't think it'll ever happen. And I want to do something on my own. I'm my own boss. So that's kind of where I'm at right now.
That makes sense.
Drew says, just sign up as a temp. That's how I transitioned IT jobs last time. I have done that in the past. That's how so the company that I was at before I went back to like my original company, I started that job as a temp for like a year, and then they brought me on full time, and I was there for about 3 years total. 1 year temp and like 2 years where I was an actual full-time employee. Drew says, they outsourced us about 4 years ago, so now my company is global. If one account don't need me, they can assign me to another account. Gotcha. And Drew says, I'm based in Texas also. Okay. Yeah, I flew out to Texas a couple times. One time I went to Austin, and the other time I went to San Antonio. It wasn't directly in those, but there were like little towns that were like 20 or 30 minutes outside of those cities. One of them was in Elgin or Elgin. I still can't. I asked them when I was there whether it's a hard G or a soft G. I don't even remember now whether it was Elgin or Elgin, but it was a little tiny town. That's where one of our sites were. I want to say it was Elgin. I think it was a soft G, but I could be wrong. And then the other one. Where was the other site that I went to? I don't know. I don't remember. But that's where I flew into, was San Antonio and Austin, depending on which site that I was working at for one of those installs. Drew says, being your own boss is the worst in my opinion. Hate chasing customers to get paid. Understandable. But that's the thing, is I've got all these ideas. I don't really know like which direction to go. Oh, Drew says, I drove through Elgin today. So I was, if I had known you back then, maybe we could have met up and said hi. Because I did put a tweet out. I think I put a tweet out at the time saying, "Hey friends, I'm going to be in Texas in these areas. If anyone wants to meet up, let me know." Because I know that I don't exactly know where people are, but I know a bunch of people that are in Texas. But no one responded. So I did not meet up with anyone. But that's funny that you went through. Now correct me, Drew. Is it Elgin with a soft G, or is it Elgin with a hard G? I want to say it was a soft G, and it was Elgin. But correct me if I'm wrong. But that's funny. This tiny little town, and you just went through it today. And I haven't talked about it basically since I did that last May, nearly a year ago. And just happened to drive through it today, a year later, on a day I mentioned it. That's funny. So, but yeah, I want to do something on my own. I just don't know what yet. That's what I kind of got to figure out. I had a meeting with someone that, I've met through online contacts that launched their own app not too long ago, and it's doing really well. And I've got lots of ideas for apps, and so I was like, hey, you're the only person I know that launched an app. So I was able to chat with him for about an hour and just ask questions about, how does this work? How'd you go about doing this? All these, behind the scenes logistic questions to get an idea of like what it would take to actually launch an app, because we're very similar in like IT knowledge. I had a couple of basic computer programming classes and object-oriented programming back in college in like 2010, like 15 years ago. So I have some very basic object-oriented programming knowledge that I've never used since. And he was, but I've got a lot of like network, IT networking and stuff knowledge, and he was very similar. He had IT knowledge, not a lot of programming knowledge. So I was like, how'd you find programmers and how often you work with them and stuff like that. So I've got, if I want to go that way, I've got a lot of information now that I can work with. Very nice. Countered him like on the first attempt. Ooh, that was a nice chunk. That was like a third of his health. Are you gonna beat him on your first try? Taking bets now. How many deaths is dude gonna have on the final boss? Probably none. Yeah, I tried it. I could never get the freaking parry to work, so I had to fight him the hard way. And that's when I was doing this. Paul's like, I was kind of disappointed because of how easy it was when you learned to parry him. Look at that. You just took him out in 3 hits. First try. See, that took me 22, and he did it on the first try. Touche, dude. Touche. First try on the final boss. Which way are you going, though? Are you going to light the fire, or are you going to walk away?
I'm going to go for the dark ending. Because you got the good ending whenever you...
I did the dark ending off stream, so now people get to see both endings. So, okay, I was right. Drew T says it's Elgin, pronounced with a soft G as a J. Elgin. Thank you. That's what I thought, but thank you for confirming.
Bless thy safe return. Let calf and flout serve your ends.
I only think I only died once today, didn't I?
Yep, you started at 33, you're only at 34. 1 death on the final, like, 3 or 4 bosses.
So I wasn't too far off from my own prediction.
Final count, 34 versus my 284. I almost had it. I was this close. So that was a difference of 250 deaths.
Yep.
I was so close. So close. So I know because we're still pretty early in the stream. We're only at an hour and a half.
Yep. There's a gold trophy.
Gold trophy, very nice. Because after I beat it, we were later. Because like I said, when I beat it, it was 2.5 hours into the stream. So I kept playing on starting my second playthrough, and I got.
I wasn't signed in. What the hell?
So I started a little bit of my second playthrough. So if you wanted to, you definitely could.
I need to do an update for. They're still doing updates for the PS3.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
So
Drew
those
says,
achievements,
good
trophies won't have might
Timestamps.
not timestamps.
Oh, bummer.
Because remember, I unplugged my console so I don't have to play online.
Oh, right.
I didn't really, and I just normally just automatically signs in. I didn't think it actually needed to do an update. But what's funny is most of these updates are only for the Blu-ray player.
Oh,
because they're updating.
It doesn't actually update like the actual operating system
console.
Or anything.
Yeah, and it's because the people still use the PS3 as a Blu-ray player.
Mm-hmm.
Still reliable.
So, but yeah, Drew says, GG, good game. Yep. So
I'll play for a little bit longer.
yeah, I was gonna say, we're only an hour and a half, so if you want to keep going for a little bit, definitely welcome to, or you can call it there.
I'll play a little bit longer. See how far I can get in without dying.
Heck, I could start Ninja Gaiden right now. But yeah, so since Dude beat Dark Souls tonight, I will be starting my Ninja Gaiden Black Hard playthrough next Wednesday. I cannot wait. I'm looking forward to playing through it again.
You didn't expect it to be that easy for me, did you?
The final boss fight? Yeah, no, I figured you'd probably die at least a couple times, but nope, I was wrong. Yeah, I want to get started on Ninja Gaiden right now because I just can't wait to play it again. But I'll be starting it next Wednesday. So instead of Dude Souls, we will be doing.
Well, now I can finally start playing this game off stream.
Yeah.
Going for the full
Going for the 100%. So, but yeah, I'll be starting Ninja Gaiden Black next Wednesday, and I can't wait. You're welcome to join me if you want, but definitely don't have to. Or what we can do is you can stream. You're gonna do this off stream, but I'm gonna say I'll be playing Ninja Gaiden. You can stream, something on your channel. We can just kind of chat while we're playing whatever, if you wanted to.
Yeah, definitely.
So
maybe one of these days we need to do like a race on a game we both never played or something.
Oh, that'd be interesting.
We could use OBS like this, but I think it'd probably be smart to do it with Nitro.
Okay.
Because, have you had any hookups today?
On Discord?
Yeah.
Usually every single time I launch the Discord app, which is usually only on Wednesday nights, because other than that, I use it in the browser. But for these streams, I use the actual app. Every time I launch it, without fail, it says 16 updates available every single time. The number never changes. Even if I launched it tomorrow and didn't wait a whole week, it'll still say 16 updates. I don't know what the deal is. So I don't know if they're actual updates or what, but it says that every time I launch it. So I don't know whether it's had any updates or not.
No, I'm talking about not updates. I'm talking about like has it been messing up with like the stream quality?
No. And on my side, I've had 0 drop frames tonight. So fingers crossed it stays that way. The Discord resolution has dropped a little bit. It looks like it could be like 480p right now, but the game, it doesn't really make that big of a difference on the game. The biggest issue is on your little camera window. It looks kind of pixelated.
Gotcha.
But other than that, no, it's been fine. It hiccuped for like 2 or 3 seconds, like a half an hour ago, but that's about it. It's been pretty smooth tonight when it comes to like the technical side of things. Yeah, I don't know if Kay said this before you said it, dude, but Kay just said, you two should find a game neither of you have done achievements on yet and race to see who can 100% it first, and could do it over multiple streams. Yeah, where we both say we will not play the game unless we're both on stream at the same time. That's a really great idea. That could be a lot of fun.
And if we did it in a way that I was trying to do it, remember that very first stream with Paul where we streamed where we had each other stream on it? We could do something similar to that.
Because I know we not troubleshot, but we did some technical behind the scenes stuff where, like, I was sharing my screen so that we could both stream something and see each other play at the same time.
Yeah.
I don't remember what the details of how we did that was, but
It was through OBS. Or not OBS, through Discord.
But I did do a couple of races with Cherik and DJ Axis where we could all see each other's screens at the same time, and it was like perfect. So I could ask him how he did that, because that was the way that he did it was way better than the Discord screen sharing thing.
Gotcha.
So I could definitely ask him about it.
Yeah, definitely ask him. But that probably requires a subscription to something.
I have a feeling it's the same thing that Carl uses for his streams, that VOD.ninja or whatever, or VDO.ninja. I think that's how he did it. I don't really know how
Does
that
it require
works.
me to be on Twitch, though?
No, it does not, because when we did the races with Cherik, they were off stream. He just recorded it and then uploaded it later. So, and Carl, I know, uses it to stream live, so I know you can stream live, and I don't think it requires a subscription, but I could definitely look into that and see how that works. Because it was, like, perfect. So, but Kay says, don't know if that messes with the dives or whatever. It feels like a foreign language to me. Yeah, if we were to do that for achievements and not just like a race to see you can beat a game first, it would. Once I'm done with my dive, I'm pretty much open to almost playing anything, and I'm not that far away. I'm
Here's the thing, though, with it being on stream, it probably wouldn't hurt you too badly either way, because you're eventually going to get 100%. You're eventually going to get the 100%.
Right, but because I'm trying to focus on getting my completion up to recover that dive right now, I'm trying not to start any. The only thing I'm starting is games that I want to play on Game Pass before they leave Game Pass.
Yeah,
so
but
if we get that
at the very least, with it wouldn't mess up your completion percentage, because you would eventually try to get the completion anyways. So.
Right, it's just gonna take. If we did it before I recover my dive, it's just gonna take that much longer to actually recover my dive. So
depends on the game. Like a game only has 30 achievements, not 90.
So that's the thing. Yeah, and it also depends on how many achievements the game has. Like, if it's, like 10 achievements, I would be much more open to that than if it was something like, Halo Infinite that has like 160 achievements.
And some of those achievements are actually co-op based anyways. So.
Yeah, and that's one of these, like, I'm really trying to complete this dive before we get to Halo Infinite, so that I don't have to worry about playing it on a second tag, because I'm not starting Infinite on my tag until after I start my dive, because it has so many achievements.
Kind of sucks to that then, because that would be really bad for you because of the
Then I'll have to do it all over again on my main account.
At that point, you might as well just join us on your main account, because you're going to get most of the achievements on that on that playthrough.
Yeah, that's why I'm trying to make a hard push for finishing up my dive, because I legitimately am getting this close, because I've been working on it.
Outside of the multiplayer achievements and the lasso, you probably get everything else.
Yeah, that's what I was planning on. But
we'll probably play on legendary, because it won't be difficult enough for us on any other difficulty.
We've been playing all the rest on legendary, so I don't know why we would change it for infinite. But yeah, next, a few more days from now, next week will be 6 years since I started this
and
dive.
Just to give you a heads up, that lasso is the easiest lasso in the entire series.
I've heard, because you can use like the scarab gun.
Not just that, one of the skulls that work that counts with it is the infinite ammo skull.
Yeah.
So you usually just pick up a sword and you pick up the tank, the scorpion gun, and then you're good to go for the rest of the game.
Yeah. But
yeah, just at that point, just surviving through the rest of the game
and not blowing yourself up.
Yep. And you're using the sword mainly to as a way to actually get your shields back, since it has.
Oh right, you have to melee to get your shields back.
Yep.
Yeah, so it's been, I'm almost at 6 years since I started this dive, and I'm this close. And when at the highest point, it was like 4,600 achievements to recovery, and I'm almost at under 300. So
nice.
I'm getting so close, and I want to get it knocked out, because once I do, like 400 plus backlog games that I'm looking forward to playing. So
That's one of the reasons why I don't like starting games until I want to play them, because it doesn't mess with my completion as much.
yeah, I totally get it. I was that way as well for a long time. Yeah.
I forgot. Do I actually have that?
So, but Kay says, yeah, I think he uses VDO Ninja. I'm pretty sure that's what he uses, but I've never used it, so I'll have to check with him and see exactly how it works.
I don't think I actually got that sword from that dragon.
Oh, from his tail? No, you did not.
Oh well, not the biggest thing. I can get that real quick.
Yeah, but Kay says, you grab sources from people via browser and plug it into OBS. It's pretty easy to do once you figure it out. It looks like it's pretty easy. I've always been on the guest side. I've never used it myself, so I'll check into it, and it'll probably be pretty
Is it a
simple.
subscription?
I don't think so. I think it's free to use, but I'll look into it, and we'll find out. Because, yeah, doing a race for achievements, that would be a lot of fun. Make it a regular thing, so we're definitely open to entertaining that idea, so. Drew says, whatever apps you decide
It also
to...
wouldn't be a bad idea to do a race with the game that we both already played, but we both want to do a
like a second playthrough.
yeah, like you only play the 360 version, and you want to play the Xbox One version. You know, I could play like the PS4,
Or vice
PS4
versa.
version as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like for me, I still have to do BioShock Infinite on 360 or Xbox One.
I've only played BioShock 1 on 360, although that's in the backlog for when I do my dive, is I bought the BioShock Remastered Collection, so I'll be going through 1 again. I've played it twice now. Once when it first came out, and then once again probably about 2 years ago. And I've never played 2 or 3, so that could definitely be an option.
Thank you.
Because I still need to do the PS4 version of BioShock 1.
Okay. Yeah,
And of course, any PC version as well.
So, but yeah, we'll definitely entertain that idea, because that'd be fun. But yeah, Drew's saying, whatever apps you decide to invent, I think he said make sure. He just said sure, but make sure you have a patent locked up before you start making money off of it, or the patent trolls will ruin you. No joke. I don't know anything about getting a patent, but I appreciate the advice. I will definitely have to look into that once I figure out what I'm doing. If that's the route I go, which that's probably the most likely.
I do have an idea for a video game, but I'm slowly working on getting some things done currently before I start working on that. But I do have a game engine that I've already thought of.
Yeah, I've got ideas for.
Of course, one of the biggest problem for me is that since I'm on Linux, it shortens the which engines I can develop for.
Yeah.
Like there are some engines that you can make the game for Linux. It's just that the editor itself isn't available on Linux.
Yeah.
So it's more annoying.
So my number one game I want to make.
Actually, the engine I'm looking into right now is actually a fork of the Cryo engine.
Oh, okay.
And it's headed by the Linux Foundation. I know they're kind of crazy on their politics, but they are more about the open source type of things.
That's a good thing.
So it should be fine.
But like, if I could pick one game, I had the idea. I'm gonna leave it. I've mentioned this multiple times on my channel throughout the year and a half that I've been on YouTube, but I've left it very vague because I don't want to give any of the details away. But I had an idea because you know how much I love Doom Eternal. I was like, it'd be awesome if I could take the building blocks of Doom Eternal and rearrange them into a new game, and it would be like my favorite game ever. So I started looking into it.
Yeah, like removing the Marauder.
My idea would not be removing him.
I don't mind the Marauder as a single one-time boss, but as a normal enemy, he ruins the flow of the combat.
I understand. But no, in my version, a lot of the enemies would be getting interesting buffs and stuff to them. But I started looking into what it would take to mod Doom Eternal into the game I want it to be. and that was around November of 2023. So, kind of around the same time I was talking about earlier when I was about to, be unemployed, and then things turn around. And I found out because I know there are people that mod Doom Eternal, but I found out that all the modding is done through like text files, and I was like, where the heck do is the actual modding where you can like create levels and stuff? And the developer tools were not available to the public, so the only thing you could do is like edit stuff that already exists. You can't like move things like with a map editor. And so I was very sad when I finally looked into it after a couple of years of having this idea and found out I couldn't.
You know what's funny? Doom 2016 actually has it has a Forge mode.
Yeah, and I looked into that as well. Heck, what was it called? Snap Map. It was called Snap Map. I looked into that.
Snap Map actually had a lot of potential. It's just that they never really did much with it.
Yeah.
But I know someone made a Call of Duty Zombies mode in that. So that was pretty cool.
That's cool. But I did look into that to see if I could implement my idea in the Snap Map, and it just wasn't going to work. But I did entertain that idea.
I almost wonder if Halo Infinite could do it.
Oh, with Forge mode? Halo wouldn't quite be the right game for the idea I have in mind.
Gotcha.
But not this year, because now it's 2025, but summer of last year, during QuakeCon, it was QuakeCon, the Doom Eternal dev tools got released to the public, and I was like, it's here! So they
usually wait a little bit before they finally give them to you.
Yeah, because Doom Eternal came out in 2020, and it came out, summer 2024, so, about a little over 4 years later. So the tools are now available to the public. I can build the game I want to. The problem is, there's no way I can monetize it because all of the property belongs to id.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So I could build the game I want to as a basically a ground up mod for Doom Eternal, like, as its own like new game.
Yeah, let's just say a lot of people don't want Dota to happen to them.
I don't know what that means.
Dota is one of those.
Like, I know what Dota is, but when you say that you don't want Dota to happen to you, what does that mean? What happened to Dota?
Dota was originally a Warcraft 3 mod.
Oh, okay.
Dota 1 was a Warcraft 3 mod, and then Dota 2 was bought. The team was bought by a bigger company, and because of that, Dota 2 was not owned by Blizzard.
No, it's fucking Titanite. Well, I missed it. What was that about? What happened to it?
Because of that, Blizzard did not get anything back from Dota. And look how big Dota 2 is.
Yeah. And I had high hopes for being able to monetize the game that I have in mind because id is Bethesda published, and there was and so is Skyrim. There's a game that started as a Skyrim mod that turned into its own game called The Forgotten City, and I was like, that is exactly what I want to do, is build a, basically mod a Bethesda game, essentially, into its own game and be able to sell it as a game. And if I could do that, I would have started working on this a long time ago. But I found out what happened is they were developing it as a mod for Skyrim, but midway through the development, they built it as its own game from ground up in Unreal Engine. So they didn't have to, worry about any licensing things with Bethesda or anything. Jeez, you just 3-shot him. That was nice.
Yep. This is what happens when we have a full build.
So I was when I found that out, I was like, my heart sank. I was like, this is the perfect example, a Bethesda mod that turned into its own game, and they sell it as its own game. And then I found out it's because they started from the ground up midway through the development in Unreal Engine, which you can develop for free, and then you don't have to pay them until the game makes a certain amount of money. So, but either way, when the development tools were released to the public, I started looking into them. I haven't downloaded, I haven't touched it in a while, but
sometimes you can still use that to try and brainstorm what you're gonna do before you move to an actual engine.
Yeah, well, the
That
thing
allows
is,
you to
like,
do that.
all the enemies and stuff, and the physics and like the engine of everything is perfect in Doom Eternal. And developing all that stuff from scratch would be incredibly complicated. Basically, all I need to do is create the map and place where things are, which I could definitely do. I just need to learn how to use the development tool. So I started looking into it. I spent a couple dozen hours in it, learning some of the basics.
Gotcha.
The thing is, when it was first released, there was no, there's no tutorials or anything anywhere. So if I looked into it now, since it's been out, over 6 months, there's probably a lot more tutorials I could watch and stuff. Because I was kind of figuring it out on my own, but it's quite complicated. But I could definitely learn to do it and build the map and put the stuff where I need to, and to make my game. But I wouldn't be able to monetize it, and it would take, a long time of, a full-time job, essentially, 8 hours a day for many, many months to make this game, and I wouldn't be able to make any money off of it. So that's
the game idea I have is actually based around a PS1 game, but changing up some mechanics around. So it wouldn't take me as long to make that game. Because once I get the basic mechanics down, at that point I'm going to make the world. So for me, for the idea that I have, it's going to be a bit simpler.
Yeah. Yeah, on my second playthrough on this bonfire, I could have swore I fully kindled it, but when I got to it on my second playthrough, I realized I'd only kindled it once, so I was only getting 10 flasks. I was like,
Don't worry, I did the same thing.
Oh, you did the same? You never came back and kindled it either?
Nope.
So, yeah, I had to wait till I got the Lord Vessel,
when I can
to kindle it.
I can hit the first boss here.
Yeah. So, but I still want to make the game. I really want to make the game regardless because it would be freaking awesome. But just putting that much time and effort into it and not being able to monetize it is a huge hindrance, to put it lightly. Drew says, if you're going to build a game, build it to beta state as far as mechanics go, but leave the graphics plot out. Then, when ready, pick a current world event as the inspiration for the graphics plot.
No, he's not a modern Western developer.
Yeah, I don't know any. Like, I have nothing for plot. I just have gameplay and mechanics figured out. So story, but it's a type of game that typically people don't play for story anyways. So that would figuring out a story after the fact wouldn't be that big of an issue.
By the way, you actually originally could kill this boss just by using arrows.
Yeah,
but they changed it so that
Oh, your arrows were a lot stronger than mine too.
This is more of an annoyance.
Yep, I seriously was doing this for like half an hour until I finally got his freaking tail. Drew says, instant relatability really drives the sales. Are you seeing how much damage your arrows are doing?
I am not.
I am not seeing it either. But yeah,
my arrows. Done this time the first playthrough though.
My arrows were like doing like 8, maybe 9 damage. So this took a while. But your bow is upgraded a lot more than mine is.
But I'm on the second playthrough.
Yeah, because I did it on the second playthrough as well. I think this is the very last item I got in the game to get me my achievement for 100%. Was getting this stupid tail.
It's a good thing you didn't kill the. It's a good thing this boss is more annoying to kill than to just leave it alone.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is the very last thing I did, and then I got his tail, and I got the achievement for getting all rare weapons, and then obviously got the platinum achievement for getting all achievements.
Good thing that's not broken on this game. In either version of the Xbox, any of the versions of the Xbox. I feel like if it breaks on PlayStation, that's an issue on PlayStation.
Oh. Yeah, the PlayStation version has a problem with this, but the other ones don't. You guys tune in here to Dude Souls from those riveting Dark Souls gameplay.
Hey, whenever I first played through the game, I killed the Hydras with the same method. It took a lot longer because of how far away the Hydra is.
Yeah. I think the only time I did this on my playthrough on stream was when we did that dragon in the Valley of the Drakes.
Oh yeah, the zombie dragon.
Yeah, the zombie dragon.
No, you did it twice,
Did I?
but that enemy dies a lot quicker than the arrows.
What else did I spam with arrows?
The other zombie dragon.
Oh, the one in the painted world?
Yes.
Oh, I thought I didn't even fight him. I thought I just left him alone. Hey, there you go. That was a lot quicker than mine. It seriously took like a half an hour on my playthrough to get that.
Now for the fun part, getting past him.
I got hit just trying to coax him out like that so many times. You really got to wait till the fire's gone and then sprint, and then you still typically will get hit. What? I did that too, and I always got hit.
Oh,
One shot! Holy shnikes!
I even have some fire resistance.
Yeah.
Luckily,
Nice.
my soul should be like right next to where I died, or where I was safe.
Oh, they don't actually go onto the bridge?
Pretty much what they do is they always push you back a little bit, so that you don't so that just in case. It's mainly for whenever you die off map. So it's like the last safe spot you were on, and like a few steps backwards
Yeah, that makes sense.
to make it safer for you to pick it back up.
So it doesn't make it like impossible to collect. Yeah, nice.
Still want him to actually.
Kill all the zombies. And get free money. $56, that's a decent chunk of change.
I tried rolling like a cart.
I'm out of water, dang it. I've been talking so much tonight. This has almost been like an episode of Open Mic.
Yep. Like I said, I think the Dark Souls 2 and 3 streams will be more like this too. Even with it being your first playthroughs.
If it happens.
It's going to happen.
He's like, I will make sure of it.
Well, our viewers will make sure it happens. That's oh, I thought he had. Wait, what?
Hey, you survived. Yay, you made it. Third time's the charm.
I just forget what these items are.
I still could never figure out, like, when he's not right above you there, like, what coaxes him to come back. It seems like sometimes you step 1 foot out and he'll come back, and then other times you can go halfway across the bridge and he doesn't show up.
So much nicer when you can heal almost
Oh,
your
I
entire
didn't even
health bar.
notice you went from +2 to +5 on your flasks. I wasn't paying attention during that time. I was talking too much.
Yep. How dare you? Some people swear by the claymore.
Like, Esther, did you pick up everything? I think there was still more.
Nope, that's everything.
Oh.
Yes, I'm not bringing up faith.
Oh yeah. Oh, I was gonna say, hey, do you want to help me to help invade so you can get your faith requirement up for this? I was like, oh wait,
That's
I can't
kinda
because
hard.
you're on PS3 and I don't have a PS3.
You also didn't play this version of this game. You have to play through the in-game entire.
for one time through. Because remember, it has a system where you can't.
You gotta be within 10 levels.
Yep.
Yeah. But with all of your help, if I had the PS3, I would do that to help you if you needed it.
But I mean, to be honest, I really don't need levels in anything else right now, so it's not that big of a deal for me to just level up Faith over time. Also, since it's second playthrough, I get a lot more souls.
Yeah.
So grinding out things will be a bit
What
easier.
level is your faith at right now?
12.
12? Okay. Let's see, I put 13 levels into it.
Dang it, didn't even get the sword. But with me killing Dark Knights like that, it's gonna be pretty easy.
To get the XP you need, or souls.
Yep.
Drew says, not gonna lie, this game isn't particularly interesting to watch. Doesn't seem to be much personality in it.
It's more about the actual gameplay itself.
Yeah, I get it. And that's one of the things that I don't like about it, is because it is pretty slow paced. But it does make for a better, like, game, you know, game for to stream in, like, chat while doing it, whereas, like, Ninja Gaiden is so fast paced, it's like you kind of want to stay focused on what you're doing. So it's definitely a better game for streaming and talking at the same time. Sort of a generic third-person hack and slasher. Well, I would say most hack and slashes are third-person. I don't know of any first-person hack and slashers. The closest thing I could think of would be like Oblivion and Skyrim, where you know, technically a hack and slash if you want it to be, and you can play in first-person if you want. What I usually do is when I'm out exploring, I'm in third-person, but when I get into combat, I go into first-person. But yeah, typically hack and slash games are third person. I don't know of any dedicated hack and slash games that aren't first person, but they very well could be. I guess probably the closest thing would be probably like Ghost Runner. Although it's more of a platformer than it is a hack and slash, but you got a sword and you hack enemies, so that'd probably be the closest thing I could think of as a first person hack and slash.
Of course, you also have to remember I'm making it look easy.
That too. But yeah, it's funny how, you know, all my different streams, my panel streams, my Metroidvania streams, Mass Effect streams, in all of those streams, I only ever see people I know. It's only in the Dark Souls streams where I get random new viewers who I've never seen before. Often I don't ever see them again, but a lot of the Dark Souls streams I've had, you know, random people show up and they stay for a good chunk of the stream, and then I never see them again. But only on Dark Souls, it's like, I don't get it. Like, people love watching people play Dark Souls. I don't get it, but apparently people like it.
It's because it reminds them of the troubles that they had whenever they first played it.
Yeah, Drew says,
Fond memories of that.
Drew says, that's true, but there's a bit more story to most of them. There's a lot of lore in the Dark Souls games, but it's like, you really got to go digging for it. It's not out in, you know, it's not apparent. There's not, I mean, there are a couple cutscenes in the game, but it's not like story cutscenes.
Yeah, it's like the text in the items.
Yeah. And Drew says, that's true, this is definitely pro level play. Yeah, and he just played through the whole game in only 34 deaths. That's quite impressive. Kay says, gotta bounce, lads. Takes care. Good night, Kay. You have a good one. We will see you later.
Yep,
thanks for hanging out with us while we watch Dude show me how it's done. So I guess I could probably
I'm no whoever that guy is that was able to beat all of the games without getting hit, but
taking damage, yeah. I guess we can go
I'm pretty sure he'd still say dying with that a few times in a playthrough is actually pretty good. Or a new character.
Yeah. So I guess I just turned the death counts off since it's kind of irrelevant now.
Yeah, I only really died to the dragon anyways, just trying to get past them anyways.
I wasn't even updating it after you beat Gwyn, so
Kind of figured that.
kind of like how when I was doing this part after I beat Gwyn at the end of that last stream where I played it, I wasn't keeping track of the deaths at that point. I just left it at.
I just remember you were so happy you beat the gargoyles on your own.
Yes, that was great, and I did it on stream.
Yeah, I was hoping to kill him before, kill the other guy before that guy came around.
Yes, I was able to kill the gargoyles on my own on the first try, I think it was, too. Because on the first time doing that, I was not able to do it without your help. And the stream cut out, so no one was not on, no one is able to see it.
You have to admit, once you figure out the gargoyles' patterns, it's actually much easier to fight. It's like the second one, he tends to just use his fire breath over and over again.
Yeah.
So you can use that to your advantage.
Drew says, lol. Nobody wants to see 0 hits. Just makes everyone feel inept. True.
Well,
But some people like to marvel at the greatness of others.
Well, he did marathon all FromSoft games there in the Souls series, and beat every single one back to back.
Without taking damage. That is insane.
Well, you can't say without taking damage because he probably took damage from like.
Without getting hit, yeah. Or suspect TAS involvement?
TAS.
I don't know what that is.
Tool assisted speedrun.
Ah, okay. Yeah, if you're that good. It's like, no one's that good. It's a TAS. So I just learned something.
Oh, I did not realize he
What?
calls
Oh,
him out.
I was like, who the heck is that? Oh, yeah, you aggroed him. I forgot he was in there.
I was with the smaller guys while I'm not here
Yeah.
first. He runs pretty fast for a big guy.
Yeah. With a giant shield and a giant mace.
That's what I was hoping for.
Yeah, you can have your one-on-one. I assume you can parry this guy, right?
Oh, I was trying to get around him, but
I know you're trying to
Suck it up,
backstab him, but you can parry him too, right?
you can't backstab him. You can't parry him.
Oh, he's too big to backstab?
Yes.
Oh,
And if you can't backstab, you can't
can't parry either.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
I think you can backstab him, but it's better to just go for the parry. Yeah, I can upgrade to +6.
Drew says you'll see him again in Sekiro. That guy's in Sekiro?
Wait, he is? I don't remember him in Sekiro.
I haven't played it yet, so I don't know.
I could play that on PC and PS4 as well. So, unlike Neo, I actually don't mind doing stacks on other consoles.
Oh, it's not that I mind it. It's just I don't have
Oh,
the other platforms. Oh,
I was
wow,
not
he
expecting
just got, like, oh, he hit you through the wall, didn't he?
yeah, because he was doing his buff dance.
Oh, that was dumb. But yeah, I don't have a problem with doing stacks.
By
on
the
other
way,
platforms.
I didn't even go to the bonfire
bonfire.
at the. But luckily, I can actually just run right past most of the enemies this time around because I wasn't here.
Yeah, like, just the only other real platform I have is Steam.
Well, there's also GOG.
So I don't know if I mentioned it on stream, but I recently went through all of my GOG games because it's on a per game basis. So some games have achievements and some don't. And there's nothing on GOG really saying whether they do or don't have achievements. I had to literally go into each game I had and go find the page where it would have achievements if they had them. And there's not even a filter for it either. So I went and manually tagged all my achievements that have achievements, or all my GOG games that have achievements, and all the ones that don't, so I can easily figure out which ones do and don't.
It's actually the fact that it's in the store it does, but maybe not in your library.
Okay. So I've only actually bought one game on GOG. All the rest I've gotten through Prime Gaming.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I went through and I tagged all of them so I can see easily which ones I have achievements for and which ones I don't. But yeah, it's...
Because I used Fallout New Vegas as my experiment to see how I could get achievements working on GOG through Linux.
Ah, okay. But yeah, and the reason why is because probably one of the games I want to play the most, where I only had it on GOG, it's Metroidvania, and it's 9 Years of Shadows. And I was like, I want to play this game. I played it on in December on the Metroidvania Monday, where I played a bunch of demos, and I finished up that stream with that one, so I played about 20 minutes, and I liked what I played. But on GOG, it has no achievements. But on Steam, it does. So it was recently on sale on Steam, so I bought it on Steam. So when I play it, I'll be playing the Steam version because it has achievements.
Gotcha.
So this Twitch number's just bumped up. Did someone raid me? No one's in chat is saying raid. At least not yet.
What do you not have the notifications for raids on over there?
Rocker Dude is here on Twitch saying I'm here. What's up, Rocker Dude? I don't have any notifications. I don't know how to do that. I'll have to look into that because I think, yeah, it was last week's on Dark Souls. We got raided by, who was that? Was it Shred? Or was it JT Pixel? Somebody raided us on Dude Souls last week. I don't remember who it was though. But yeah, the numbers on YouTube just dropped. The Twitch went up. So, well, welcome. For anyone who may be new, this is possibly the last Dude Soul stream because Dude finished his playthrough, and since he's finished it pretty early in the stream, he's just doing a little bit on his second playthrough. So, since he has now beaten it, and I beat it back in January, so this has just been reverse Dude Souls. Next Wednesday, I will be starting my playthrough of Ninja Gaiden Black, and I'll be doing it on hard for however many Wednesdays it takes me to get through it. So, but that probably shouldn't take too terribly long.
I wish we could have AR they're not buffed anymore though.
Drew was saying Steam is an achievement-centric platform for sure. A lot of games do have Steam achievements, but people just like
not all of them.
Steam well, yeah, of course, just because of the volume of games that are on Steam, there's a lot of games that don't. But there's a lot of games that do as well. But just like the achievement, really, this is like peace. I'm out.
Do you have to follow down there so that you'd actually to follow you? I'd have to aggro those 3 that I did not kill down there.
You might be able to fight him if you can aggro him away from those guys.
Yeah, he's just gonna keep attacking me from long range.
But yeah, achievements on Steam are just like nowhere near the level of they are on Xbox and on PlayStation. Like there was a game I was looking at that I was interested in playing. Oh, nice, one shot.
Yeah, but now that these guys are gonna come after me.
Yeah, I think you only got 2 of them though. I don't think you got all 3 of them. But on Xbox, it's like 20 or 30 achievements, but on Steam it was like 180 achievements. It was like, are you kidding me? Like the achievements on Steam are just like not as serious. Oh goodness, he's got.
Yeah, he was also buffed. He was still buffed by the Chandler, even though he's dead.
But yeah, so my Steam profile doesn't have a lot yet when it comes to Steam achievements. But I do have a lot of games that I will be playing, and I will be 100%ing. But I'm not ever. My Steam profile will never be as. Like, I'll never be as a stickler about it as I will on Xbox, where it's like, I don't play games on my Xbox profile that I don't actually, like, want to get achievements in. Whereas Steam, it's like, I played a bunch already, like Marvel Rivals. I played it once, I'll probably never play it again.
I think I'm still the same way on Steam. I'm just the same way on every platform I'm on. If I'm not gonna go for the entire achievement set, I'm not playing it on the main profile.
Another one, like I played it once. I'll definitely play it again, probably. Probably not by myself, but if I ever want to play it, like Overcooked 2, I've got like, I don't know, like 6 or 7 achievements. And
That's not a hard one to get. That's an easy one to get, the full completion.
I haven't actually looked at the achievements. A lot of the Steam games, like, I've just started without even looking at the achievements. But on Xbox, I absolutely look at the achievements first.
I've got the full completion of Overcooked on Xbox. So
I'm still missing one achievement. And I've ranted about that game a couple times recently. But, like...
what achievement are you missing?
The one for beating the game. Because the way that they did the levels in that game is super dumb. In order to unlock the next level, you have to have a certain star level. And just to unlock the last couple kitchen levels in the game, you have to have nearly all the stars in all of the levels. So, the way it should be is if you can complete a level, you should automatically unlock the next level. But no, each level has a star requirement. And so, some of the levels are incredibly difficult. And I can't unlock the last couple levels without literally being perfect on every level previous. So, I put it on the back burner, and I'll get back to it eventually. It's just like, the way they did the levels in that, it just pisses me off.
Gotcha.
And it's a 199 gamer score achievement. So I'm pretty sure I've got 799 gamer score, and I've got like 10 out of 11 achievements. But yeah, on the Steam games I actually want to play, I will be planning to get 100% on them. But I'll play stuff on Steam that I don't really care about the achievements either. So my completion percentage, like on Steam right now, is only like at 14%. I will definitely get it higher eventually once I get more focused on Steam games. But it'll never be like the 90+% that I have on Xbox, or almost. I'm at 89.
I'm gonna make myself human and actually summon Solaire for this next one.
Okay. But yeah, I'm at 89.8, so I have like 40 more achievements, so I'm at 90% again. So I'm
I don't know if that
close.
works. I don't know if that works towards the
towards
getting
one?
into that. Towards getting into that.
It doesn't, because someone has to summon you in order for that.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, that's the case, and I don't even need to worry about it. I can do this with 4 flasks. It's just the gargoyle.
Drew says, I guess they all are these days to some extent. Even Mario Brothers Ship has them. Really? You didn't...
What, achievements?
Yeah, I'm assuming it was
Yeah, I know
achievements.
some. I know
like,
some Nintendo games do have achievements built in, but they don't have it.
Yeah, it's at a per game, like it's on a game base. There are a couple of Nintendo games that have achievements built in by the
I know
developers.
Bayonetta 2 did that on the Wii U.
But it's not like Xbox where it's like built into the foundation of the platform where every game has to have achievements.
Yep. Thing is though, with retro achievements, they might just tie the achievements to that set and maybe add a couple of challenge stuff.
In which, what are we talking about?
When retro achievements finally gets Wii U support.
Oh, gotcha. Because that Wii U game had achievements in it, are those going to be the same as the retro achievements? That's a good question. Nice.
You see how he's constantly using his fire.
Yeah, that's the thing that was pissing me off so much on the first time I fought these guys.
I thought it was outside the range.
Literally, like, constantly breathing fire. It's like, piss off with your freaking fire! Yeah, this fight would have been fine as 1, but having this 2 so early in the game was, when you're still, like, not well versed in the game, that was just dirty. And having, or if you just got rid of the fire attack, that would have made it a lot more fair as well. But the fact that they're just so heavily using fire, and there's 2 of them this early in the game, just did not feel fair at all.
Once you know what you're doing, though, it's not too bad.
Does he? Did you already cut his tail off, or did he just not have one?
No, the second one never doesn't have one.
Oh, okay.
He has a smaller attack patterns. $60K.
Nice. Level up a couple times.
But let's keep going until my controller dies. Or 12 o'clock, whichever happens first.
Alright.
That's in 30 minutes.
So potential 30-minute warning on the end of Dude Souls.
You know what's funny?
Potentially.
Towards the beginning of the stream was whenever my controller warned me that its battery was low.
Yeah.
It shows you how long the PS3 battery life is for the controller.
And that's not like AA battery, it's like built in, you have to charge the controller, right?
Yeah, and I did get a couple of them replaced.
So Drew T says, need a +1 extinguisher of foaminess. Yeah, for all the fire from the gargoyles. You should kill him.
Why is that?
Because
Yeah, well, I need that karmic justice.
that was one of the last ones that I bought too.
It's just so expensive.
Yeah, it's so expensive, and it's just the one out here, kind of in the middle of nowhere.
Well, there is a bonfire you can warp to pretty close by. The one over by the blacksmith.
Yeah. But like, once you beat those gargoyles, there's not really there's not really any reason to go back there except to talk to him and buy stuff from him. It's like,
yep.
Whereas some of the other vendors, they're in areas that you traverse through multiple times.
Most of them, yeah.
So.
But it makes sense. The one that helps you absolve your sins is in the church.
Oh, that's true.
And he makes you pay for it.
Just like a good
Literally.
Catholic. Or Roman Catholic. The one that Martin Luther back in the 1400s was upset about. Those guys.
Yep. Exactly. Before I level up, I'm going to talk to him.
You should kill him too.
Well,
Wait, I think I forgot to
I'm
kill
not
him, actually.
required.
I think about
Oh,
it.
on your previous playthrough?
I think I did, yeah. I'll have to kill him at the end of this one.
Huzzah! Buy the stuff before you spend your money to level up. Good thinking.
Actually, 250.
So, I'll mention it again at the end of the stream, but since we're getting close to the end, I'll mention it again for anyone who wasn't here earlier. So, this is potentially the final episode of Dude Souls. It is absolutely the last episode of Dude Souls of Dark Souls 1. Dude said he would be okay with continuing this in Dark Souls 2 or 3, but I don't really want to, so I kind of left it up to the people. We will continue Dude Souls at some point. I don't know when, but the stipulation is if someone gifts Dark Souls 2 to me on Xbox, then at some point we will continue Dude Souls, because I know a lot of people like seeing me suffer. So I don't know when it'll be. Might not even be this year. So if you want more Dude Souls, you know, wait for it to go on sale, and then you can gift it to me, and then at some point we will continue Dude Souls. But it'll be up to you guys if Dude Souls continues. So, for anyone who doesn't know, ask my gamer tag right there on Xbox, XNeo21X. I've got it in my link tree, essentially. It's called Card, but I got the link to like my Xbox profile and my Xbox wish list and my True Achievement profile. If you ever, go look at my achievements, that's my gamer tag. If anyone felt so inclined to gift me Dark Souls 2, at some point we will continue Dude Souls. So, I'll mention that again at the end, but that is the stipulation. Otherwise, this might be the end of Dude Souls. But I do like the idea that Dude and Kay had of us racing for achievements in a game that neither of us have played. So, that's probably much more likely to happen at some point, because that sounds like fun. Maybe Ninja Gaiden 4 when that comes out.
If I'm even finished with you.
Oh yeah, because bummer. Because you're only doing Ninja Gaiden on stream. That's right. That could be a while. But
luckily, I only have to get the master rank on the highest difficulty.
I was gonna say I could wait even if you're not done by the time it comes out, but I don't know. I might not be able to wait on that one. I might have to play that day one.
It depends on it definitely depends on how far I am into the series.
Drew says, y'all seen that clip of the NPC vendor who keeps distracting the player so he can get to the next area ahead of the player and set up shop? It's freaking hilarious. I have no idea what you're talking about. Jeez, that took a lot of health. So, if I am not familiar with that, if you have the link to it, you can DM me on Discord or on Twitter, and I'll take a look at that. I do have the link to my Discord in the stream description, as well as Dude's link to his Rumble channel, if you wanted to join. So, Discord's probably the best way to get a hold of me, but Twitter DMs works as well.
Dang. It hit me multiple times.
Ooh, a new face that I don't think I've seen before. Jake Marino. Hello, Jake. So, Nerdy Neo wants me to hit up Agartha, right? Agartha? I don't know what that is. That mystical hidden kingdom, the peak of ascension, the Sigma grind set of the metaphysical realm, but the only way to do it, like 100% guaranteed. Treating life like Dark Souls 2 on New Game Plus 7 with a broken sword and no Estus. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Well, you should know about the last part.
Yeah, doing New Game 7 with a broken sword and no Estus? No, thank you. I had enough trouble doing it with as many Estus flax and the strongest weapon I had. I definitely would not do that. But I know that there are masochists out there that like making the hardest possible challenge. If there's an achievement for it, and I think I can do it, I would go for it. But if that was an achievement, I don't think I'd ever go for it. Dude probably would, but I wouldn't.
Don't know if I would, but I probably would try it just to see how bad it was. Well, that gives by the time you get to New Game Plus 7, you should have like max stats.
What was that last part?
You should have max stats.
Oh, max stats that long. Going through the game that many times.
Yeah.
Drew says, okay, I'll check it out. Gonna dip for tonight. Thanks for the hangout. Well, good night, Drew. Have a good one. I'll be having, as I mentioned earlier, I'll be streaming some Mass Effect tomorrow at Mass Effect's birthday. Then I will have an open mic with Lowest Expectations, and then I'll be on Sons and Shadows tomorrow night talking Stargate. So, see you later, Drew.
Tomorrow night I'll be continuing my Ninja Gaiden run. Disappointingly.
Before the tier 2 stream?
Yeah.
All right.
So it'll be a shorter stream than usual.
Yeah, that makes sense. Jake says, Agartha doesn't either. You gotta take your lumps, get smacked by life, like you just got invaded in Iron Keep and keep pushing forward. Step 2, full hollow mode. No humanity, no handouts in Dark Souls 2. Going hollow means you lose everything. But real ones know that's when you truly become unstoppable. Same thing with Agartha. You got to detach from the material, let go of all those L's you've taken, embrace the void, and become a true undead Chad. Step 3, beat every boss, no summons, no shields. You can't co-op your way into enlightenment, my dude. No jolly cooperation here, only the solo dolo grind. You think Vandrick lets you into Agartha with a summon crutch? Nah, 100% Dark Souls 2 means mastering every battle, every parry, every boss solo. Well, that sounds like the hardcorest of hardcore for Dark Souls, and there's no achievement tied to it. So, and I don't like Dark Souls to begin with. So
There is an in-game thing that they actually keep track of, where you have to beat the entire game without using a bonfire.
OBS just disconnected. We might have lost the stream. What the frick, OBS?
It's not on my end.
No, it's definitely not on your end.
I'll just kill some enemies while you're waiting.
Oh,
Just in case.
okay. It looks like we're still good. It just cut out a couple of seconds, so that was weird. But it looks like we're still alive. But yeah, I have suffered enough with Dark Souls. I don't want to do Dark Souls 2, and that's why I've left it up to people. If they want more Dude Souls, they'll have to gift it to me on Xbox. On Xbox is the stipulation. So, oh, just like spiritually ascending means mastering your own mind, your own struggles without relying on the system or external validation. Step 5, no fast travel. Walk every step. Agartha isn't for dudes who just homeward bone their way out of trouble. Nah, you gotta walk every painful step, memorize every corner, and respect the grind. When you finally touch Agartha, you'll appreciate every second of the journey. I've had my fill on Dark Souls, but if Dark Souls is what you find enlightening, I'm happy for you. But, Jake, since I think this is the first time you've been here, well, welcome. This is Dude Souls episode 17, Reverse Dude Souls episodes 5. So Dude here, who's quite well-versed in the franchise, I'll say, coached me through it, and I beat it on episode 12. And he had the idea when we were getting close to the end. He's like, hey, once you beat it, let's flip it, and you watch me play. So he beat it earlier tonight. So his count was 5 streams, and another idea that he had partly, I don't know if we did it from the beginning, but pretty close to the beginning, we started keeping track of my deaths. So when I was playing through it, I had a death counter, and then when we did Reverse Dude Souls, I had my deaths at each point in the game up on screen, and his death counter at the bottom. So I finished Dark Souls in 284 deaths, and Dude did it in 34. But this is his 3rd time playing through the game, or 3rd stack, I should say. He's probably played it more than that, since you have to do multiple playthroughs on each stack. But yeah, I have had my fill of Dark Souls, so I don't plan to play anymore. Unless, like I said, someone gives me Dark Souls 2 on Xbox, and then we'll continue the Dude Souls at some point. But he's on his channel, he's playing through my hack and slash of choice, and he is not having fun with it, which is ironic. But he's playing through Ninja Gaiden.
Well, it's because I think a
love.
lot of the mechanics are cheap.
Which I will be playing on Wednesday nights for the next few Wednesdays, however long it takes for me to beat it. I'll be starting next Wednesday. I'll be doing Ninja Gaiden Black on hard. I'm just skipping normal and going straight to hard. Even though it's been a long time since I played it, I'll be a little rusty. But I think that'll make it a little more entertaining. Ooh, nice.
He only ever starts an attack with that overhead, so it's easy to just go around him like that.
Yeah. No summon for the butterfly.
Nope.
Nice.
Well, I'm not even human right now, so
Oh, I wasn't paying attention.
yeah, I didn't waste any
Oh
humanity
yeah.
to make
Although you do
myself
have some
human.
humanities. So is Agartha like the Dark Souls version of Heaven or something?
I don't know about that.
I don't know about any of the lore in this game, since it doesn't tell you anything. I gotta go search it out yourself, and I'm not really interested in it in this game, so I don't know anything about the lore.
It is a good thing that they made it so that this boss fight is on a bridge you can't just roll
You can't
off.
fall. Oh yeah, if you could roll. Although there is that, I think there's the one little spot you can roll off, right? Next to the door, on the side behind you.
If there is, then you should be in that spot. Ah, too early.
Ooh, nice timing. The land, you stupid butterfly.
Yeah, this fight's not a good fight for melee range.
Yeah, this is so freaking stupid. Finally.
Of course, I could always just pull out the that doesn't make too much
Nice. So you can shoot without actually manually aiming.
Yeah, you can just lock it on. But because it's so slow, it's not really worth it.
Yeah. I thought you were about to roll back into those shots.
You actually tend to want to roll into projectiles because it makes it a bit easier to
Yeah.
actually use.
If you
the
roll
items.
with them, then it's chances of getting hit by them increase.
Yep.
But yeah, just your timing. It looked like you were rolling right into their line of fire. Easy peasy. If only Forking Around was here to answer that question. Jake Marino asks, which boss of any Souls-like game are you tapping and why? This is the only Souls-like, well, this is the only proper Souls game I've played is Dark Souls. Although the only other...
Does Elden Ring count? Does
Elden Ring absolutely would count. I haven't played it, but the only other Souls-like game, and it's very light on the like, is Fallen Order.
It would definitely be the super boss at the end of Elden Ring.
Who is that? Do you remember the
It's
name?
Millennia.
Melania?
Yeah. 'Cause I like to fuck her like she fucked me over. Let's just say the only there is the famous guy who would put down his sign to be summoned, and his name is Let Me Solo Her.
Yes, I do know about that.
He was actually awarded something from Software.
I did hear
for that.
about that, yeah. It says, yes it does. You tap Millennia, you gonna get that Scarlet Rot Bubba. Violent stank. Let's see since Dark Souls is the only one that I've played, the closest thing to a human female would be Priscilla. So I guess I'll go with that one.
Priscilla. Oh yeah, the half breed.
But there might be others in other Souls-like games, but I don't know them since I haven't played them.
I mean, Priscilla and Quelag are the only two choices in this.
Yeah, and I hate
game.
spiders, despite her top half being sexy, the bottom half, no thank you. Stupid.
Yeah, let's just say her bottom half doesn't end in the right spot.
Yeah. No thanks. I know Forking Around might have a different opinion on that, but I do not subscribe.
If I was to go with the spider lady, I prefer the one from Monster Musume.
Oh yeah, you showed me that one. I don't remember what it looks like off the top of my head, but I do know that you showed me that one before. And I think I would agree.
Still there?
Yep.
Does it sound like you? It sounded like you ended it a little early on that.
Oh.
On you talking about that. Oh, and apparently in the lore for Monster Musume, she is actually lighter than she looks. I think she's only like 80 kilograms.
Grams.
About
I don't know
180
my
pounds.
metric conversion. Let's see here.
Or which? Yeah, it's probably around 880.
kg to pounds. That is 176 pounds.
I was close enough.
What did you say?
180.
You always said 180? Yeah. Almost right on the money. I mean, that's a little heavy for my preference, but
You also have to remember
totally
how much.
within the range of acceptability.
You just have to remember that she's also that big because of the spider parts. So it makes a bit more sense when you think about it, because her human portion of her is actually pretty normal.
What's her name again?
Rachner.
How do I spell
And
that?
it's RACH.
Oh, I spelled it way wrong, but Google's like, is this what you meant? Yes, it is. Good job, Google. Let's see here. Okay. She's got a nice upper half, still spider bottom half, so no thanks. But between her and Quelaag or the other one, I would probably agree with you. If
Just
I
the way you
absolutely
say
had
that.
to between the two, this would be a better choice. Still, probably bottom at the list of hybrid people.
There you go, Faith at 16. Wasn't it Faith need to be 25 to
25, yeah. Because we did twice. That got me down to 15. I was already at 12, so I had to put 3 points in it to get it to 15. So you get 5. It brings it down 5 levels for each invasion that you assist with.
Okay, where's the first guy? There he is. Only want to aggro him one at a time.
Yeah. I think last time you aggroed 2. And you still pulled it off, but yeah, it was. Do we believe in souls? Are we talking about like Dark Souls games? Or are we talking about like an actual like metaphysical soul that exists beyond our corporeal form? If that's what you mean, then yes, I do.
My answer to both questions is yes. Don't scratch my back. Okay, where's the thief?
Yeah, this is a good spot to farm because these guys drop so many souls.
At least this
New
early
Game
on in the
Plus.
game, they are.
This is where I farmed all my souls on my second playthrough. Not that I needed to do a lot of farming, but when I needed some more souls, this is where I did it.
Thing is, though, I think the painted world is a bit better because of the Lance, you guys.
Oh, yeah, those guys around that statue.
Yeah, because you can kill them way faster,
True.
and there's so many of them.
Oh, I hear someone. I heard footsteps.
There he is. That's the problem with this guy. He likes to hide until ready. But he's much easier. He's not too difficult to kill.
Can you backstab him?
It's difficult because of how fast it is.
It is possible.
There's the guy. There's the cleric.
It's the rogue or the thief one that always gave me not the most trouble, but it was always like the sneakiest one. It's like I could never figure out where exactly the spawn point was,
Yeah.
and it kept invading, not invading, but interfering when I was trying to fight one of the other phantoms.
That's why you always make sure you get him early on.
Wait, oh, I was like, how did you get 7,200 for that guy? I was only getting 6,000, but I forgot you were in that ring.
My battery died.
Oh no! Ah!
I'm dying.
Right
dead.
before midnight your time.
Yep.
You're still alive with 1 HP. And,
Yeah, the problem is that I have to go get a cable. I don't have one that's long enough.
All right. Oh, and Jake says
That was actually perfect, almost perfect timing. If only I had
beating that last
only the
guy and
controller
being able
died.
to save at the or go spend
Yeah.
yeah.
Or if I had just been, if it just died whenever I was able to still move, or didn't have an enemy coming at me. What's funny is that was one of the enemies that I could kill once and didn't have to worry about it again. So
But Jake has sent a couple things here. Says, if your consciousness could be transferred into a machine, would you still have a soul? Or would you just be a simulation of yourself? That is an excellent question. And that is basically the ship of Theseus argument, because, the whole, transhumanism thing of, downloading your consciousness into a, machine body so you can essentially live forever. That's not actually you, in my opinion. That's, a copy of you. So it would be a virtual simulation of yourself, because you wouldn't be alive anymore. It'd just be a copy of you. So it would be something mimicking you living forever, not actually you. That's my opinion. And if you met another version of yourself from a parallel universe, would they have the same soul as you, or are they a completely different person? Also an excellent question. Getting into some very deep topics on Dude Souls, not something we typically talk about. What were you about to say, dude?
I would think that it's a different soul.
I would too. Yeah, that's an interesting question. I've never really thought about, I've thought about parallel universes plenty because of sci-fi and stuff. It's in Stargate a number of times, as well as I'm sure it's probably in a bunch of other sci-fi universes as well. I've never thought about your soul in a separate universe though. It's are they tied together, or would they be separate souls? That's an excellent question. I would say they would be separate, because their soul, whatever you believe happens to your soul after you die, would depend on their life choices in their universe. Same for you and, your universe. So, but Jake says, wonderful stream, gents. Well, thank you, Jake. I saw that you just subscribed, so I appreciate it. Thanks for hanging out. But yeah, I'll give a little rundown here in just a moment, since this is potentially the end of Dude Souls. So, Dude, what do you want to shout out here before we call it a stream?
To be honest, I'm mostly just going to continue with Ninja Gaiden Sigma.
So,
And I'm going to be spending way more time than you are going to be on it, because I'm going through the achievement set, not just playing through it.
yeah, so Dude does we are both achievement hunters, but he's way more hardcore about it than I am. And
I go for all the completions at all times.
yeah, he always goes for the completion. I usually do, but there are some games I've given up on. But he's like, no,
There are some
getting the
games that
completion.
look like I've given up on, but I need to eventually go back.
You'll just go back to them. There's a bunch of games that are in that category for me. It's like I will get back to them eventually. It's just I don't know when. But he's way more hardcore about achievement hunting than I am. He does
Like Resident Evil 5 for me on the 360.
Okay,
I still need to find someone to do veteran difficulty with. I'm not doing that with the AI.
understandable.
I think I got through halfway and I was like, no, I'm done.
But he does it all on Rumble, so the link to his Rumble channel is in the stream
Don't
description.
forget I also do it on Odyssey and Kick if you don't like Rumble.
Oh, I did not realize that you had an Odyssey and Kick channel. But I know like Rumble is your main platform, so if you're interested in watching,
I kind of turned
Achievement
Rumble into my main because that's where most people show up.
okay. But yeah, if you're interested in watching him achievement hunt, the link to his Rumble channel is in the stream description. So he just recently started Ninja Gaiden Sigma. Ninja Gaiden is one of my favorite.
Not really
franchises.
recently, but
Is
I recently
it was less
started
than
the hard
2 weeks
mode.
ago, right?
It's about 3 weeks ago now.
Oh, well, okay. Recent-ish. But he loves Dark
And then the
Souls,
next
and I'm not a big fan
stream
of it. And now he's playing Ninja Gaiden, which I absolutely love.
Next stream
and
is
he
9.
does not care for, so it's kind of funny. So,
Next stream is number 9. I usually do 3 streams.
okay, so yeah,
A
this is week 3 then. Okay.
Yep.
But yeah, so next Wednesday, since we're done with Dude Souls, because for my palate cleanser, I want one of my favorite hack and slashes. So I'll be doing a playthrough of Ninja Gaiden Black. It's an original Xbox game, so no achievements. But I will be playing the Sigma versions eventually. But right now, I'm just going to play through it for fun. But I am going to do it on hard. But yeah, probably won't be very long. I'll be doing that on Wednesday nights until I beat it. Probably shouldn't take me more than... My guess right now is 4 streams. We'll see. But as for what I got coming up next, tomorrow's a pretty busy day. Since it is the anniversary of my favorite game of all time, Mass Effect 3. I'll be doing some Mass Effect 3 multiplayer tomorrow from about 11 to 2, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Pacific time. Anyone's welcome to join me for that. And then I will be having open mic with Lowest Expectations about 2:30. And then I will be over on Suns and Shadows channel tomorrow talking Stargate for a couple hours. I think that's at like 8:15 Pacific. So, and then I'll be back on Monday with some more Metroidvania Monday. I'll be continuing Metroid Fusion. And then next Tuesday will be the next episode of Top 5, and we are ranking our top 5 favorite Switch games. And let's see here, who's on that panel? Switch games. Looks like it's going to be Lowest Expectations, who's on open mic tomorrow, and James. And then...
I've played like 3 Switch games, even though I've had it since day 1. It's just because they don't have achievements, so I kind of it just sits there.
Yeah, I'll be talking about that on it, but I have barely enough games to make a top 5 list on my Switch. So, but that'll be the next episode of Top 5, and then the Tuesday after that will be last night's canceled party chat with Insidious Bliss. That'll be on the 18th. But as just mentioned, next Wednesday I will be starting my playthrough of Ninja Gaiden Black because it's been way too long since I played it, and I need to play it again. And then... our Achievement Chasers. Next episode of Achievement Chasers will be next Thursday, the 13th, where Dude and I here will be talking about our achievement hunting over the month of February. Talk about all the games that we played and stuff. So, but Jake says, cheers, sounds wonderful. Well, welcome. Thanks again for showing up, and we'll see you again later. So, everyone have a great night. We will see you. Oh, last thing, because I wanted to mention again right here at the end, is that some people have enjoyed watching me suffer through Dark Souls. So it will be up to the people if Dude Souls continues. So if someone gives me Dark Souls 2 on Xbox, we will continue Dude Souls at some point. I'm not going to say when, because I don't even know if it'll be this year. But if someone gives it to me, we will do it. We will continue Dude Souls at some point. Ah, there's the notification. Jake Marino subscribe just popped up. So thank you for that subscription, Jake. So yeah, if you want more Dude Souls, wait for Dark Souls 2 to go on sale, and then gift it to me on Xbox, and then we will continue Dude Souls at some point. So that is the stipulation. If we want, it'll be up to the people if more Dude Souls. So the link is pinned to the top of the stream description. If you were felt so inclined to donate an actual dollar amount, if you actually wanted to gift me the game, I'll go ahead and drop the link to my card, which has the link to all my platforms and my Xbox profile and stuff. Because I actually don't have that in my stream descriptions, but I will go ahead and drop that if anyone is interested. Oh, dang it, it doesn't do it as a hyperlink unless I do https:// and then maybe that should work. Yeah, there we go. So that has the link to like all my platforms and my Xbox profile if anyone felt so. And I'll go ahead and drop that in the stream description as well afterwards. But if someone felt so inclined to gift it to me, and then at some point we will continue Dude Souls. So, but with that, thanks for hanging out with us through 17 episodes of Dude Souls. 12 of me suffering through Dark Souls, and then
You know what?
5
Let me check something real
of
quick.
Dude tearing through the
It's
game.
seven- it
And
says 17,
34
right?
deaths compared to my 284. What was that, dude?
It said something about 17, right?
Dude, this is episode 17 of Dude Souls.
I'm just looking at my original Dark Souls playthrough. That took me 24 streams.
24 streams of your first one. Okay, well, I had I was fortunate enough to have someone well versed in it who could coach me. So.
But that was also me getting every achievement on stream, so
Oh, okay. Yeah.
that was the 2.5 playthroughs.
Because after I did my first playthrough on stream, and then I did my second playthrough off stream, and I did that in about a week and a half. So I did that off stream. If we were, my guess is if I was to do my second playthrough, getting the rest of the achievements on stream, it probably would have been like 5 or 6 more streams. Would have been my guess. But
Yep.
so. But that'll be it for Dude Souls for now. We shall see if it continues in the future. But everyone, thanks for hanging out with us through thick and thin of 17 episodes of Dude Souls. You all have a great night. We will see you later. And as always, in the meantime, game on.